Democratic governor says Mitch McConnell's dead. He said he got a call just before McConnell released a statement from, I believe it was two calls, that Mitch McConnell had passed away. Nobody has seen him. There's a photo, which is purportedly proof of life, so it's hard to know exactly what's going on. It's hard to believe that Mitch McConnell actually is dead, to be completely honest, or that he's passed away. I'm not trying to be insensitive, but with Lindsey Graham, they just came out and said it, and then everyone started pushing conspiracies that he got blown up in Ukraine. If Mitch McConnell was dead, they'd probably just come out and say it. I suppose the concern is, with South Carolina, they knew they were going to be able to replace Lindsey Graham with a Republican. So, bang, you get his sister. However, Governor Beshear is a Democrat, and he would replace Mitch McConnell with a Democrat, which would not be good for the Republican Party right now. So it gives them all the reason to just pretend that Mitch McConnell is still alive, or at the bare minimum, he is on the most extreme of life support. Not entirely sure, but the Democrats are claiming he has passed. In other news, we are currently under attack from Canada. That's right. Donald Trump is threatening tariffs on Canada because of the wildfire smoke. And when I heard this, I started busting out laughing. Like, bro, what is Canada supposed to do? They're on fire. Trump's like, if you don't deal with this smoke, we're going to tariff you. And Canada's like, what? It's like, imagine your neighbor's house is burning down, so you were yelling at them because the smoke was negatively impacting your family. I mean, it is, but their house is on fire. Like, put the fire out. I think that's funny. It is a big threat, though, to the finals for the World Cup, which will be in New York. Guys, I got to tell you, today was pretty dang nuts. The smoke out here, we're in West Virginia. You can see it. Everything, it looks like fog outside, and it smells like burning plastic. In fact, in our studio building, we're fortunate that we have a big building with a little building inside a big building. So this studio is one room inside a smaller building, inside a bigger building, which keeps us safe from the smoke. But outside of the internal structure in the warehouse, it's burning your eyes. It's that bad. And I know many of you are living in it because we all live here on the East Coast, but we'll talk about that and a whole lot more. Before we get started, my friends, head over to timcast.com and click Join Now to get in our Discord community. We got tens of thousands of individuals hanging out every day, sharing stories, working together, building projects. They want to hang out with you, and they want you to get involved. Don't just sit idly by as the world changes. Be the change you want to see in that world. Join us. As a member, you make this show possible. And don't forget, if you go to the merch section, you can buy this cool shirt where Ian is a redcoat getting blasted by some Timcast IRL patriots who won't stand for his treason supporting the crown. It actually is really funny because Ian is just always screaming about the king and how the king is running everything, and then we made him a redcoat.
Oh, it's the way. It's justice. It's just justice. It's just
justice,
served hard, fast, and that's what happens.
I like to imagine that we shot you over your continued efforts to change the weather for witchcraft.
I feel like you would have said, like, I could stop this bullet, and we were like,
yeah.
We were like, let's find out.
Yeah.
They say that you become the demon you hate, so maybe my obsession with the king brought this.
Indeed.
This on.
Well, my friends, check it out. It's at the merch section at timcast.com. Smash the like button. Share the show right now. Joining us tonight to talk about this and everything else, we've got Dylan Housman.
Hey, guys. Dylan Housman. I'm the managing editor currently at the Daily Wire. Started there in the beginning of March. Before that, I was at the Daily Caller. I was the editor-in-chief. Before that, I was a reporter. Covered the State Department. Did a little bit of everything in conservative media, but now at The Wire, loving life. So
right on. Well, and of course, the boys are hanging out. They were already rambling.
Happy to do this.
what up?
B?
What's up, everybody?
Smoky outside. Here's the news.
Yeah.
We got this from Wilkie. That's the news source. It's WLKY CBS. Beshear says he received calls that Mitch McConnell passed before he released statement. I mean, this is pretty wild. The story popped off today. It's getting picked up and repeated all throughout the day. Governor Andy Beshear is sharing more insight. The Kentucky Senator Mitch McConnell was hospitalized June 14th after a fall in his home. It has been a month. And then he was treated for a case of pneumonia. In a statement, McConnell said, I was briefly unconscious and taken to the hospital while receiving excellent care over the past several weeks. I've also had to deal with a mild case of pneumonia. Since his hospitalization, Governor Andy Beshear has called for the senator to be more forthcoming about his condition. In an interview with Katie Couric, Beshear said before McConnell released his statement, he received 2 calls from different agencies suggesting McConnell had passed. Beshear added that McConnell's statement was needed as his constituents deserved to know what was going on. The governor has also urged McConnell to call into a news station to offer more transparency about the situation. I'm going to go ahead and say I do believe Mitch McConnell has passed away. because and this also, yes, I am saying many people are lying. Mitch McConnell could easily just get on the phone. He could just get on the phone. He could make a video. He could be like, "Hey, everybody," someone could film it. When they do this stuff, it's just not confidence building. I will say, I don't know for sure, and I honestly would not be surprised if in like a week or two McConnell's back and they're like, "Oh, it was fake news," because these kind of stories happen all the time.
It is weird. It's like with the the Ayatollah's son then just disappeared, and they said his legs were blown off, and maybe he was dead. I still haven't heard a word from that.
I haven't seen him, huh?
Yeah. So it's hard to say. Maybe Mitch McConnell's also incapacitated in some fashion and would wake up in a week from like a coma, medically induced coma. Who knows?
I think he's in China.
You think he fled finally?
Yeah, I think that he was a Chinese agent, and when everyone said that his wife had gone to China, I think that was actually Mitch McConnell in disguise, and he is currently in China.
Yeah, you pointed
hiding
out, Dylan, that he was his wife went to China right when the news broke. I'm not sure what the timeline on that was.
Yeah, she was. I think she might have been there right before he got hospitalized, or then went like the day after. It was right around in the days around, and then she stayed there, I believe, if I'm not mistaken.
She's Chinese,
which is kind of weird.
Yeah, it's almost like she did something that could have caused him to become hospitalized and then left in time, but probably not. Though.
She was there. She never came back. Mitch actually split, dressed up like.
When they really messed up is when everybody put out. There was like a week or two past. Everybody's asking questions. What's going on? And then suddenly, everybody that's ever known Mitch McConnell puts out a statement and is like, "I just talked to him," and there's like 20 different people saying they had the same conversation with him, like that. Before, I wasn't that on guard about it. I was like, whatever, there's probably nothing here. But then suddenly, when everybody's putting out the same statement, "Oh, he's doing great. We just talked to him." That was a little bit weird. Maybe a misstep.
Totally. Well,
I don't know.
Scott Jennings put out the original comment of like, "I called him. He's an old friend," and then people started mocking Scott Jennings by being like, "I just called
I don't
him
believe
too."
him. I don't believe Scott Jennings.
Scott Jennings lied? 'Cause that would be a huge lie for Scott Jennings. I've never seen him put his credentials on the line.
That's a fair point. It's just, why not be like, "Hey, Mitch, let's do a quick 15-second thing. I'll call you and we'll just say, hey, what's up?" And then Mitch could have been like, "Hey, how's it going? I'm a little under the weather, got pneumonia." And then Scott could have been like, "Hey, glad you're all right." For the fans.
If they showed him in that state, though, it would have made. I think it would have made things.
That's kind of
worse,
what I was thinking.
It's like Biden's debate moment. Once you see it, it's like
but is Mitch
100 times worse.
McConnell running for re-election?
Well,
Lord help us.
Yeah, that's, I think, the elephant in the room, which came up before we went live, is that if he does die, the governor appoints somebody, and then could appoint literally a Democrat to the Senate.
I guess he's like famously known for not being in the greatest of shapes.
Yeah, he's not seeking re-election in 2026. He's retiring. So he can just come out and be like, "Look, I'm old." You know what? I just can't take any of this. I can't stand it. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to be on this show and I'm going to be like 70 and I'm going to go, "Guys, I'm out. I'm 70. I think that's the line. I'm going to go drink some sun tea on the porch in a rocking chair and watch my grandchildren play with the
You're
dog."
going to do that, but then you're going to see something on the news the next day that pisses you off. And you can get on the internet and
not happening.
Rant about it.
I was talking with Raymond.
I'm going to rant to the dog. I'm going to be like, "Come here, Rufus."
I talked
dog's
with
name is
Raymond
Rufus.
G. Stanley Jr. last night about like being able to analyze yourself in the whole big picture of reality and like choosing for yourself what is right, what it should be done, and override what you want, override your desires and your animalistic attractions, and like do what you must according to the analytics analysis. Like if you have to retire, like make yourself retire. But
I do want to give a shout out to Mitch McConnell and many of our members of Congress and the Senate. No one in any sector anywhere is as good as money management as these guys are. I mean, just imagine, like, you getting paid a salary of $174K a year and you manage to turn it into $50 million. That is impressive.
not Lindsey Graham. Love of the game.
Yeah, just love of the game, huh?
He was only worth like $4 million or something.
I think it was even less than
Yeah, and it was probably mostly his house. But it does make you wonder, what is he blowing his money on?
I think you said the word.
I mean, maybe.
I'm stepping out of that one.
He was boozing. He was a boozer.
Poppers?
He was just drinking it all.
I don't want to talk. Is it too fresh to postulate maybe prostitutes?
I mean,
No.
you're welcome to do that if you want.
It's not too soon. I don't know. I didn't know Lindsay. I really wanted to interview
He was a 71-year-old bachelor. It was funny. There's a funny meme where somebody posted, "I won't celebrate anybody's death." This man was somebody's father, somebody's husband, somebody's partner, and then someone commented like, "The dude had no family."
But he was somebody's brother.
Somebody
had a
somebody's
sister.
brother.
And
A
by the
sister
way,
that's a U.S. senator.
Trump, them appointing his freaking. Does she have any political experience?
I don't know anything
His
about
sister
her.
got appointed, like the most nepotistic,
She
bizarre.
does. She's run before. She hasn't won, but she's a songwriter. She writes books. She's just an angry citizen, and now she'll be an angry senator.
A lot of songwriters running for office suddenly.
I don't think Ian gets the reference.
Well, the video you
Yeah.
just played.
Oh, okay.
I don't think we played it on
We'll
the show
we'll
yet,
get
have
to
we?
that one. We'll
I
get
think
to
everybody's seeing that one.
It's Fox covered it for 2 hours. That's all they talked about.
Slow news day.
Yeah,
Friday.
slow news day. I mean, the world's on fire.
It was ridiculous, though. I mean, it was comedy. So
We'll get to that. We'll get to
There's a
that.
thing about Iran and the world being on fire. If you read 1984, the whole book is all your country is at war overseas with an unnamed opponent, and then
No, they
one
were
day
known and named.
it's like
Eurasia.
We've always been at
Asia.
war with Eurasia.
And then all of a sudden it'll be like, we've never been at war with Eurasia. We've always been at war with North Africa.
With
and
East
you're like,
Asia.
really? Yeah. And then they like rewire everyone's
Ian's like,
brain.
I read it, kind of.
So then the people just retcon reality right in front of them, and then they get them to repeat the retcon, and then you're like, yes, we've never been at war.
You know,
We've
I don't
always-
understand why the government doesn't just create a bad guy. You know, like something easy and digestible, and they like the Legion of Doom.
They had Osama.
No, but like they could be like, oh, it's the Legion of Doom, and we chased after them in Iraq and wiped out their henchmen, but they relocated to Iran, and oh boy, we better get them.
That was Cobra. And they what do they call it? Predictive programming? They got all the kids in the 80s ready for a terrorist war in the 90s.
But Cobra was real.
Cobra from G.I. Joe?
Cobra was real, yeah.
It was a real cartoon character.
No, Cobra was real. G.I. Joe was real, too.
Yeah.
That's possible too.
Yeah, Snake Eyes is a real guy.
They got us ready to hunt like,
the Marines. They got ninjas.
the Taliban and ISIS.
Vega.
They're like just like Cobra.
Who was the other
you know?
guy? It was Snake Eyes and
Snake Eyes. Oh, man.
Storm
there's so
Shadow.
many,
Storm Shadow. Yeah, that was Storm Shadow.
White Ninja.
Yeah, the White Ninja Storm Shadow.
It's funny how Storm Shadow was the white ninja, but he was a member of Cobra. And Snake
Right.
Eyes was the guy that wore black, and he was a
That's
member of
right.
G.I. Joe.
Those are my two favorite Joes.
Zartan was one of my favorites, too.
Yeah,
I
his
changed
chest
color in the sun.
G.I. Joe.
Did you have the other ones too?
Tomax and Zaymot? Yes, I did.
Did you have the vehicle?
I had a lot of them. I
like-
had a lot of the vehicles.
They had like a car that could become a hovercraft, I think.
Didn't Megatron the toy turn into a gun?
Yes.
Yeah, I remember a kid. I wasn't entirely sure, but I remember a kid got in trouble at school
Really?
because he had a Megatron and he folded it and turned it into a gun and started pointing it at people. And they were like, "Stop doing that."
Did they take it from him?
I think they told his parents just not to let him bring the toy gun to school and point at people.
You know, now they.
We used to have those little plastic guns, and you'd put the paper caps in them.
Yeah.
Remember that? It was like a little cylinder,
Oh,
and then when you
yeah.
pull the trigger, it would
Caps gun.
yeah, cap gun.
My dad wanted to get us guns as a kid, but my mom wouldn't let
Like
him.
real guns?
No, like machine guns where you pull the trigger and it goes like ka.
Oh, the toys they light up. I had one of those.
I had
And my mom's like, no, I
tons
don't
of
want them
guns when I
playing
was
with
a kid.
guns.
Could you imagine if we were only raised by a woman?
I mean,
This is what happens with like single.
and it's not like women are bad. It's just
Well,
that
Ian
it's
had
an
two parents.
incomplete.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but my dad worked for 48 hours, then he'd be home for 24. But
Yeah,
so it
what
was
did
kind of
he
like
do?
I had a
Was he a
dad,
firefighter?
but also I had to learn how to live without
What was he
one.
doing that was working for 48
He
hours?
was a fireman for 24,
Oh,
and
yeah,
then
yeah,
he'd work at the hospital.
happened to you?
Okay.
Bone technician. I became an actor. They gave me an Atari when I was 4. I
in
think
Chicago,
that's my problem.
they do 24-hour shifts.
Yeah.
So they're on for 24 hours straight. You show up at night, go to bed. That's kind of weird that they do that. I guess it's because they don't want gaps.
I knew this one guy who did like 72 hours and then he was off for 3 days.
As a fireman?
72 hours?
Yeah.
Seems unsafe.
I think he
Yeah.
was more
Be
of a
working that long,
manager.
probably.
Well, I mean, you get to sleep, though, right?
Yeah,
They
but
got
they
cots.
have
mostly what they're doing is they're just hanging out. They cook dinner and you're
Yeah.
waiting for the calls. And a lot of it's ambulance assist stuff.
A lot of this, just changing the channel on the TV.
And that's why a lot of them are fat.
Yeah,
It's unacceptable.
They would train. They did like pull up. They would challenge each other to pull up competitions and stuff to stay in shape.
They should do carrying injured women contests.
That'd be
Modern
That'd be more
women?
practical.
What? First they have
Modern
to injure
women?
the women.
Yeah.
Yeah, like big, large women.
Where are they going to get
Ozempic,
injured?
bro?
women?
That's over.
Oh, yeah, that's
we're
true,
we're
that's
done. Body positivity's gone.
Thank God.
Yeah.
But
I just brought up Cobra because I was concerned about the
Insurance.
insurance agency.
I mean, that's kind of like literally that's kind of what Al Qaeda was, though.
Totally,
Like
dude.
honestly.
They prepped us.
No, yes, they were insurance. They were actually trying to sell us insurance.
I don't know if
That's
it was.
why. That's why they flew the planes
That's
into
more terrifying than
into the.
You're saying like the U.S. government. I get it with like Bin Laden, but they could just make up Like the U.S. could just make a supervillain group, and Americans would believe it, especially with all the Marvel stuff.
Call it the Axis of Evil.
But I think that they could call it the Syndicate, and then Trump can be like, "Oh no, the Syndicate, they're in Iran, and we got to blow them up. Oh no, they're in China now. Got to go in China.
Yeah, they're
what are you gonna do?
Don't we call that narco-terrorists? Aren't we kind of doing that already?
Yeah.
Yeah, but they're not definable. Like you can make a cool logo, and then what you do is you do like an Iron Man 3. You have a guy make a video, then he posts it on the internet, and he's like, America, and then Trump's like, we're gonna get you, and then I mean, I got to be honest. I think that would work really well. I think people would buy it.
Trump's trying to do it honestly, though, as honest as you can be. Like,
isn't that funny?
Killer in chief, the commander of the military. Yeah, he's trying to do it like on the level, but bro.
Can we just stop the pause and think about how psychotic it is that ABC and NBC did not carry a speech by the president? Did you see the statement they made? They were like, "We will not be broadcasting this speech because the president is going to mislead the American people." And it's like,
oh, it's back to that
what?
stuff, huh?
Yeah,
the
it's
Democrat-
nuts.
the
Didn't
House
last night you
posted
said
on
something
Twitter,
like more viewers for me, basically? Like, it's, it's kind of...
Well, they're making themselves irrelevant.
If these... Yeah, I actually don't hate that they didn't do it, because, like, who's tuning in to NBC and ABC to get their news at this point anyways? Like, those people are already sunk. They're gone.
They're
So,
70.
yeah, so, like, what difference does it make? People can watch
Maybe
everywhere
that
else.
was it was like a calculated decision. They're like, look, if we change our programming, the few viewers that we have are going to tune away. The people that
Right.
are actually interested in this are going to be watching on the internet. Likely,
Well, no, they're probably going. Like CNN also did like a commentary coverage. They're probably saying our audience hates Trump and won't watch it.
Yeah.
We will lose all our viewers if we cover this.
Probably
so
true.
yeah, they're just like, oh, why cover?
let's jump to this on the post millennial.
Oh, God.
Speaking about these Republican senators who are out, we have this attempt at replacing Democrat senators. And I got to tell you, with the loss of Lindsey Graham and Mitch McConnell, and now Graham Plattner, I'll be serious. It's not looking good. It's not. Trans Maine Senate candidate Ashley Webb says his songwriting makes him qualified for office. Okay, all right, here we go. Here. When asked, what makes you qualified to be a senator?
Oh, I ran for office several times. Didn't win, but I did run. And then I'm a songwriter, and then I write my own books. And then I suppose my transparency, I wouldn't lie to the people, and I wouldn't deceive the people like we're being deceived right now. Like, we get lied to, smoke and mirrors, like with what's going on with ICE. And I suppose the biggest thing is, like, I'm just an angry citizen now, and if I got elected, I'd be an angry senator. Oh, I ran for office several times.
You got my vote. That I endorse Ashley Webb, and I'll tell you why. Whatever that was, it is better than the establishment crony Democrats. And I would rather have as I would described, mentally incapable senator on the Democrat side as opposed to a ruthless and conniving senator on the Democrat side. And prove me wrong.
I'm trying to think of how to do that, but
Yes, it seems like Ashley
I hate
Webb
this
would
take, but it's right.
would be an anchor around the neck of the party. When he was like, I'm gonna say he because he's a man that's a trans woman. Said, I'm not gonna deceive you like you're being deceived right now. I'm like, are you deceiving me? Like what?
There's only one thing I thought of when I saw this, and do you know what that was?
What?
What you've just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I've ever heard. At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought. Everyone watching this video is now dumber for having listened to it. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
What a great movie. What a great movie.
So this is what Democrats are.
I ran for office.
This is one of the individuals running as a Democrat, and you know what? I'm for it.
Oh, is there a
wait,
debate?
there's more.
I want to see a debate.
I'm Ashley Webb. I'm from Farmington, Maine. The biggest thing I'd like to get across is that we need unity. Whoever wins this nomination, we need to show up at the polls, we need to vote for them, and we need to make sure they win no
Nervously
matter what,
rocking
because
back and
what's
forth.
going on in this country is not right. With the immigration and immigrants being targeted, they're being rounded up like animals. It's not acceptable to allow this to go on in our streets. And then with the trans community, like, we're being dehumanized. They say that we want to hurt people. I don't want to hurt anybody. I just want to use the bathroom. And if
we
they
all?
want me to use the men's room, I will, but I don't want to be
Okay.
assaulted.
Now I'm on Tim's team. You're right.
And as far
Put
as
him into the Senate. Get him in there.
This would be the most
crying,
articulate-
look!
This would be the best
Look,
Senate
look,
floor
look.
speech we've had in years.
Look, he's crying.
Whoa.
Watch. He
and
cries.
as far as like
Oh, wow.
this,
Yeah.
what happened in Biddeford, it's unacceptable. We knew since January that what ICE has been doing with Alex.
I'm not even playing. I hate all of these Democrats. This is like the least threatening Democrat politician I've ever seen. And it's one of those things where like it's like watching the Special Olympics. Like bless their hearts, you know what I mean?
It makes me nervous though. That movie where they give Richard Pryor all the money. They're like, hey, we're gonna put you at
Brewster's Millions.
No,
Trading Spaces.
Yeah. That was
They
Eddie
think
Murphy.
He's so Eddie Murphy. And they're like, he's so idiotic. He's
yeah.
just gonna
Pryor
fail anywhere.
was Brewster's Millions, right?
What?
Richard Pryor was
Yeah,
Brewster's
Richard
Millions.
Pryor. Yep.
But where they put this like doof who they think is an idiot in charge, and it's the same way with Dick the President, that movie with the president, where they put this guy who looks like the president, and then he becomes so powerful and like, good at his job that you're like, oops.
No. If Ashley Webb wins and then like walks into the Senate in full like the clothes that he's wearing, and then pulls the wig off and the dress, and he's wearing a suit or like a military uniform, and then his face just curls up. No, he just gets mad and he goes, "Now that I'm in, I'm going to legislate with an iron fist." I'd be like, I ain't even mad. I'm impressed, actually. You know.
Look,
Okay.
we need more senators that cry in debate.
At least they
Senators
said
that
show
care.
up to the polls.
Exactly. It shows
They
that
care.
they care. Yes. It shows that they have a heart. That's
The
what we
Democrats, man.
Yeah, no hate on
And so
Ashley
I get asked by these liberals, Tim, would you ever consider voting for a Democrat? I'm like, which one? The fat guy crying dressed as a woman who says, I want to run for office so I can use the bathroom, or the corrupt politicians who are just paid off by major corporations and are saying whatever they're told to say?
Give me the fat guy that has to pee.
This is like part of
I'm
it.
not even kidding though. Like, I can relate to that more. Like, he goes, I just want to go to the bathroom. I'm like, I feel that. Like sometimes I'm at a store and there's no bathroom available. I'm at a 7-Eleven.
Yeah.
I've had got a bathroom. I just want to use a bathroom.
They're like, yeah, it needs a key, and some guy stole the key, and I can't go.
You come to me and say, I'll make it so you can use a bathroom when you got to go. I'll be like, huh? At least that affects me in a positive way.
I had to pee so bad that my teeth started to hurt. Did that ever happen to you guys?
No.
No, I can't say it has.
Never.
If it did, yeah. It's really my gums. They start to swell, and I'm like
That's
stepping
even
left and right.
more
Bro,
specific.
I think something's wrong with your heart.
Only when I have to pee. Yeah, you got to let that out.
Have you seen a physician about that?
No, I just pee. I just let it out. It's just
When
it's blood
at
pressure.
at
Your
night,
blood
are
pressure
your
goes up.
ankles swollen?
It was only if I don't pee enough, or if I have too much.
That means
salt.
your heart is failing.
No, I'm good. I have gone through phases of overly sodium. But remember, we had that guest on that was talking about peeing being like actually the main function of urination is
What?
to
I think I missed
lower
this
blood
episode.
pressure.
I have to say.
It's blood pressure related. It's not about like getting the toxins out. It's more about blood pressure. Like 90% of it's about reducing blood pressure,
Which guest
regulating
was
blood.
that?
I think
guy who did
Ian
all the
would,
red light
would-
therapy
would
stuff.
also do well to run for the Democrat Senate.
That's where I'm going. Dude.
Could you imagine Ian being up there and they're like, "Why are you qualified to be in the Senate?" And he's
I
just
can
like,
change the weather.
No. He just says, "Well, I think that when you're urinating, it's not about releasing the toxins; it's about blood pressure." And I think a lot of people don't get it. But sometimes my gums hurt when I have to pee real bad. People are going to be like, I'm going to vote for that guy. He seems honest.
Start over from the top.
He's
I'm
kind of
like,
just too
happily.
At
honest.
least we're learning something.
Yeah, we are.
I didn't say it was something you wanted to learn, but
It's
you're
something.
learning.
I would run for the Democratic Party.
Please do. Please do.
This is
They
kind of
need
the
a good
op
candidate.
working though, because we're talking, like you were saying, like we're talking about this person, and the person that's actually going to win is going to be like a complete communist.
Well, yeah.
I think-
you
I
think
think-
this person is a complete communist? Come on.
I think
Yeah, but they're not going to win. The real
you should-
communists were not.
You should
talking
run, and literally, no matter what question you get asked, you should turn it into why you support Israel. So they'll just be like, "What do you think about American tax policy?" "Oh, I think we should pay more taxes to support Israel." Look at what?
right.
That's right.
Listen, the history.
What about climate change? The problem with climate change is that the weather changing is bad for the farmland and the economy of Israel.
Jacob wrestled with God. Do you understand? I'll just keep referring to the Old Testament over and over.
Literally every single question. What will you do about the American border? Well, my principal concern is the border of Israel. And
Do you think that even there is any?
it'd be like he's
value
honest.
to running for office anymore.
What was that?
Any value to running for office?
There's a lot of monetary value to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you want insider information so you can be rich. That's what you do.
They're all
Plus, don't you
millionaires.
get you get a pension like right away as soon as you're elected?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's like you get elected one time and then you get paid for life. You're done.
And if I understand correctly, like when you stay in for a certain amount of terms, you get like your full pay for the rest of your life as well.
Does
Oh, that's what I thought you get that no matter what.
I think that you have to have I'm not sure how long it is.
did Santos
Probably like
get
10
stripped?
years.
Did he
Yes,
get his
he
pension
does.
stripped?
He did.
Dude, the Democrats got to put up a good candidate because I think that
Yeah, they can get taxpayer matched pension after a certain amount of time, after 5 years.
Yeah. So
One full Senate term. Okay, so if you get elected to the Senate, you get
yeah.
cool.
you get lifetime pension after one term.
Must be nice.
I do think the Democrats got to put up a good candidate, not just for the health of the Democratic Party, but for everybody, because I don't want people to turn a blind eye to misgivings or in falling short in the Republican Party. Like J.D. Vance and Marco Rubio, I feel like are going to go head to head, and they need like an outside force to challenge them.
Do you see Tucker Carlson saying J.D. Vance is the greatest and he's going to vote for him?
Yeah.
Was that today?
There was a clip going viral where he was like, if J.D. Vance was president, none of this would happen. I would have voted for him, but he wasn't running. So he's basically in camp J.D.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, they're friends. So
I mean, he's friends with Trump too.
it's still.
I wonder if the play they're making is like, oh no, we don't like Trump anymore. That way they're going to try and court the anti-Trump moderates. We've been talking about it quite a bit.
Yeah,
One of the
think
things
that's
that I
what's going
noticed
on.
there are a lot of the people that JD Vance seemed to be trying to placate when he was on the Joe Rogan podcast. They're just like, oh, he doesn't go far enough. A lot of the libertarians are like, oh, JD, he doesn't do enough. He's not saying that we have to cut off Israel, blah, 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 blah. And then the people that you would consider like neocons, normal conservatives, they're not going to vote for JD Vance. They're like, he's a groiper, So it's like trying to split the difference doesn't really work.
Yeah, like anybody that's really enthused and fired up about the Epstein files has already written off anybody in this admin. I feel like they're not. You can't go win them back by being, well, I still believe it. I think that's right. That's what happened to Ro Khanna with the Israel stuff. The crazies thought he was not going far enough.
Yeah,
So.
I'm not a Ro Khanna fan personally, but he's been on the show and he's amicable in person. But
I've interviewed him before. He's a nice guy, but I think this was a little bit of a misstep.
What was it? What did he do?
He went to the West Bank and got quote unquote detained while he was in the West Bank, and then started tweeting a bunch about it and going on a bunch of shows about it and complaining.
Was it an actual unjust?
My understanding, I didn't go down a full rabbit hole. My understanding is that the area he was trying to go in had previously been a restricted area, so everybody kind of got screened before going into it, but it wasn't restricted anymore. But,
There's a line in that video where someone says, you were already stopped and told about this, something like that.
right.
So it's like just a big stunt.
He's just playing. It was a PR stunt, and it worked to some degree. People got really mad about it, but the people who are really like the most ardent anti-Israel people thought he wasn't going far enough still, so it didn't actually accomplish anything, I think.
And I saw a video a long time ago, pure anecdotal, of this woman, this American girl over in Israel, and the soldiers were grabbing her by the hair and throwing her around. She's like, I'm an American, and they're just beating her. And then the video disappeared, and I was
I
like,
think
wow.
that was a news anchor. There's a story about that.
Well,
Whatever.
maybe she shouldn't.
Like,
you know,
F around in a war-torn country, even if they're your allies, they're still on.
No, I'm sorry. I have a special place in my heart, a bias against these women who go to conflict zones. I'm not interested in your feminism. I'm not interested in this 26 to 30-year-old woman wanting to go to a conflict zone. You know it's going to happen, and it happens all the time. Mm-hmm. So it's stupid. This bro, I'm not even playing. Okay. Dudes go to conflict zones and they risk their lives. Women risk slavery, their lives, and substantially worse, and they're not capable of defending themselves in the same way a man is. And so we hear these story after story about women who are like, I'm going to go report from Algeria or whatever. I'm like, we know exactly what's going to happen, and it does.
It's weird how every once in a while I'll see a video of a girl get up in some dude's face with no fear.
And then he just knocks her out.
Yeah, or he doesn't, and I'm like, wow, maybe she's never been knocked out by a threat, and she's just lived in this glass house her whole life. So crazy.
It's because women have what's called the glass floor. Feminists like to talk about the glass ceiling, where they're like, oh, women can never be CEOs, but there's also a glass floor, meaning there are dudes at the bottom looking up in the basement at these women who are always just in the middle, and they have a base level that men don't. And then there's the elite men up top. And so there's a lot of women who go through life never actually having experienced hardship or having to do hard work or anything like that. And these are the women will start screaming in the dude's face, and then you watch the viral video where he just knocks her out.
Guys too, for sure. But it's just
Everybody.
weird when it's a woman. I don't know why, because they're so delicate, like frail compared to, like, they're not frail, but they have internal organs that you want to preserve, like the uterus and stuff. So I call it delicate. They're generally more delicate.
They literally are more delicate. They've got less skin collagen.
Okay.
It's true.
Yeah, they are more.
Yeah, men have twice the skin collagen of women.
But I guess you'll see like a little dog go up and just go, like a big dog. Sometimes you're like, what are you?
There's a really funny video I saw where there's like a little corgi, and the person opens the door and it runs out, and then it runs. There's like a next door neighbor. The glass door is open. It runs inside up to a golden retriever and it sniffs it, wagging its tail. They both wag their tail. Then they both get up and they walk out to the glass door and then start snarling and barking at each other at the glass door.
That's the internet.
And then after they're done barking, the corgi goes back inside, and then they play together.
That's Congress
together. Like they're just playing. You know, they were yelling at each other for fun.
I swear that is the internet, man. Laura Loomer and Candace Owens and
no.
That's the glass door.
That hate runs deep.
No, yeah, not. That was the wrong.
I brought her up.
No,
We brought up all my favorite.
Yeah, the realist beef.
It's
all my
like
favorite dog. All my bitches.
The one real
There you
internet
go.
beef.
There's a lot of fake internet beef, but I would not describe Laura Loomer as having fake internet beef at all.
I feel like the screen does something to the mammal, like where you're like, there's a barrier between us. Why do dogs do that? Why do they do that? Why do they bark at each other when there's a fence and they don't
fun.
when the fence is removed?
Like right now, I could be like, "Oh, I'm gonna get you, Ian. Oh, this table's in my way." Oh,
okay, and there's no real. They know there's no real threat, so they can.
I think that's it. Yeah.
yeah.
like when that guy smacked the microphone on the show.
Yeah.
Yeah. He
R.A.
knows
was
nothing
rugged,
was
man.
going to happen. That was an act.
I'm not that guy.
On TV. There's a quote by Mike Tyson that says, like, you know, it's not a real quote. They attribute it to him, but like,
He said people have gotten too comfortable with talking smack without getting punched in the face.
yeah. I think he denied being the one that says that. But
That's a great quote.
it is.
He should have taken credit for it.
Yeah.
I used to, with internet, dude, you can say so much nasty stuff at people with an internet video that you wouldn't say to them if they're in the room.
Yeah, I mean,
You know, an armed society is a polite society. You know.
carry a gun.
Let's jump to the story from the New York Times. Trump is threatening Canada with tariffs for wildfire smoke over the U.S. I just love this because I jokingly tweeted the Canadians are attacking because we've got this blast of smoke. It is so thick outside, you can't go outside. Like my wife wanted to go take the baby for a walk, and then she looked out the window and was like, "What the?" And then I woke up and I got a notification. The air quality index could not be worse.
Yeah.
It's like 95%, highest it could possibly be. The smoke is so thick, it looks like it's foggy out. And you go out, your eyes start burning, and it smells like burning plastic. It's crazy.
I like skated to my mailbox last
So
night.
I jokingly tweeted the Canadians are attacking. But Trump is threatening tariffs.
You did this. Trump saw your tweet.
Yeah, maybe, but I'm just like, bro, like, they're just on fire, dude. Could you imagine, like, you're sitting on a park and a guy's on fire and the smoke is coming out and you're like, bro, stop. Like, I will strike you if you don't stop. And he's going, I'll burn it alive. And you're like, well, knock it off.
To steal your
Perfectly
wallet if
legitimate
you don't
reaction.
stop.
I kind of want to steelman Trump's move here because there is a potential of, like, if there's a small community that has access to, like, the oil, but they don't know what to do and they just constantly light it on fire and poison the air. And
Sure, if that's what was happening.
you would go take over and take the oil. You're like, we have to preserve the natural resource that you're
look at
incapable of handling. So the Canadians with their
Look at
trees,
all of these
That's not
fires.
happening,
but it's
right?
kind of a joke because I don't know if we could handle the trees either.
Look at this.
Such a vast
We got a fire on the border.
forest.
Oh boy.
So here we are. We're down here. Look how bad it is. Purple is the worst it can possibly be.
Yeah, it's awful.
Basically, us.
If a fire's crossing the border into
Look at
our
DC.
country, at what point does that become
You see Trump during the speech the other day, he was like flaming a little bit. I think it was the smoke because he was like getting a little like
interesting.
frog in his throat.
I've had hyper.
yeah.
So look at New York though. New York's actually not that. It's pretty bad in New York, but it's not that bad.
No.
So
But it's
they're going to be doing the World Cup on Sunday. If this fire does not improve and it keeps going, and look how bad it is.
So we got manifest rain.
We got fires all over the place.
Look, yeah, Ian. If you can change the weather, why don't you put these fires out?
I tried today,
Come on.
and then you said there's going to rain tomorrow.
No,
Bro, do you know how much MP it would take for Ian to get rain across that swath of land? That's massive.
I don't care if he can do it. He can do it. Just put your back into it, Ian. Come on.
Pot. Dude, pot gives me mana, massive mana boost, but it lowers my intelligence for the duration of the spell.
So you mess the
But
spell up.
I get
right?
massive mana regen when it's on. Yeah, it would wear me out too. I'd be tired for like 8 hours after that.
I mean, you go to sleep, right?
Potentially.
night.
I would estimate that Ian's only capable of casting Blizzara, but not Blizzaga.
Well,
And if you don't have Blizzaga, you're not going to.
Everybody
be able
knows
to,
Blizzara's not going to do it.
Yeah, Blizzara's not going
Everybody
to do
knows
it.
that.
It's ice too. You know what I mean?
like I only hit my surroundings.
Maybe
hit
if he got some
everything.
materia to like boost his,
Like a focusing agent. If you could put a video on the area you want me to manipulate, I can do it from afar. If I can see it, I can believe it.
I bet you can.
But I tried to move the hurricane that was hitting Florida, Miami, because I have a bunch of friends down there. So I focused for like hours. I did it on a live stream, and I'm like, focus, positive energy.
you know
into
what
the
you could
hurricane.
do?
But the hurricane moved.
What?
And then it hit North Carolina and devastated North Carolina. I was like,
Yeah.
why don't you summon Shiva?
Yeah.
just
There you
let
go.
the gods. I don't get into
No,
demons.
that's the Ice Queen from Final Fantasy.
I think that's a demon.
In Final Fantasy, Shiva is a summon.
I'm not a
and she's
summoner
the
though.
Ice Queen.
I get nervous about summoning spirits. People say it's
Same.
bad.
It'd be funny if Ian's like, I'm gonna put this fire out, so he actually like draws like a pentagram and summons a demon, and the demon burns everything.
Summon
down.
like an ice queen to do it. And she's
No, like an actual
and then,
demon, and
like,
he just
no,
burns
but
everything down.
You've done enough. She's like, I haven't done enough.
That would be what would happen.
Put out all the fires on Earth and the sun.
Actually, it'd be really cool if like Ian showed up and his skin was gray and his eyes were red, and he was like, "It's taking me over," and we're like, "Ian, stop! We know."
The sun's not really fiery. And
It's plasma. It's turning.
it's a
In the center.
nuclear reaction.
Yeah, it's creating plasma in the center.
Well, I mean, plasma is a different state of energy, or I mean, a state of matter. So it's like it's just
You're
ionized
right, yeah.
gas. So like, but it's not like fire. Like
No,
we know.
it's magnetic fire. Plasma fire.
It's got a magnetic charge. Yes.
Yeah, dude. It's making plasma. I was
So
reading about it.
if you can use your magnetic field to influence the rain, why don't you use it to influence the sun?
To do what?
I don't know. Get creative.
Well, I focus energy through it like a
Yeah.
conduit, and then into the Earth's core,
Yeah.
and then like is a cycle through all the stars back through my body.
All the
through
star,
core.
all of them.
All of
I
them.
focus like a tree branch of white
lot.
light.
So there's a
Infinite-
lot.
infinite.
Are you sure
lot
when
of
you say all of them? Do you mean all of them? Because there's a lot of them.
It's an array. I don't know.
Oh
if it's
yeah,
all
Ian,
Of them.
name 3 stars.
All the stars I can see. Sirius satellite. The Big Dipper.
That's not a
lot of-
star.
Constellation,
It's a few
Ian.
stars.
That's
Well,
a
there's Alpha
constellation.
Centauri, of course, my favorite. The Sun, Sol, Sirius. I
Well, I guess you are a big fan of the stars.
Beetlejuice. There's another one.
Beetlejuice, that's a good one.
Big kind of Beetlejuice. There is. Would you consider the black hole at the center of the galaxy a star?
No, that's a black
What?
hole.
It's a black hole.
What's
all
do you know what the
stars
do you know what the
black
black hole at the center of the universe?
Not all
Problem
black
is-
holes are
You know
stars.
what the
There's
black
three
hole
kings.
center
That's
of the
3
universe
stars
is
right
named?
there.
Sagittarius B.
No, it's Sagittarius A star.
I messed that up. Sorry. Sagittarius A is the black hole at the center of the galaxy.
One letter off.
Yeah, I think Nassim Harriman purported that all the stars have black holes inside of them.
I know of the 3 kings, the stars.
Oh, yeah, Orion's belt.
Orion's belt. I didn't know that it was
them's a galaxy.
Alnitak, Alnilam, and Mintaka.
Oh, dude, you forgot the North Star. That was the
That's
first
Polaris.
one.
It's a big one.
Oh, Polaris.
That's a good one. Yeah, Serge was showing you can actually navigate pretty easily. When we were in Florida, he was showing me how to navigate by the stars. And if you know where Polaris is and the Big Dipper, I think
once
you
you
can
see those
align the
two.
two of them and see which direction is north.
Right.
Wow.
I think it's the Big Dipper. Or maybe the Little Dipper and
One of the
Polaris.
dippers.
One of the dippers.
Problem is, like, most stars have dumb names like X39491.
Like they got lazy.
Well, they're just too many. They're like, eh.
Too many.
And then someone's like, I found another one's like, you didn't find it. Everyone saw that. It's just nobody got around to naming it because there's too many.
That's right.
Vega,
Vega, dude. That was
Yeah.
my favorite character in Street Fighter
Yeah, same,
too.
dude.
Just gonna say.
Altair,
Altair. That's a big one, I believe.
and Terry's.
Antares is
Yeah.
huge. There's Antares A and B, I think.
Rigel. Oh,
Rigel.
yeah.
It's a nice star.
Yeah. Well, you did name 3, so
Yeah. And then Beetlejuice for
Pollux,
extra credit.
Castor.
Yep.
Oh.
Castor and Pollux.
Regulus.
Castor and Pollux are the
Mimosa.
twins. They're the
the
Gemini,
Crux,
I think.
wow.
Is Castor and Pollux.
Bellatrix.
The stars of nature.
so yeah, Ian. Does your ability to communicate with the magnetic field? Do you really mean all the stars, or are you just talking about some of them?
What I'll do is I'll visualize like you know those pictures of the trees, how they go out and there's like all these branches of go out and each one goes into a star is how I pictured all this white like branches of a domed tree. all the stars I can see. I don't really like look for them. I just imagine it going into all the stars and coming back down and around.
So this is all just your imagination?
Yeah, I'll focus it like a Reiki circuit. When I do Reiki, I'll
So
put
it's more it's less like manifestation and more like psychosis.
well, it's like Tai Chi. It's like Reiki.
It's just like
you know, you're
Tai
moving
Chi.
energy balls around with your
You
imagination.
do it with
But
your eyes open or closed.
either. And I try to helix it through my body. So like when it goes through you, it twists because that's like
the funniest thing is going to be like we die and then we're like at the pearly gates and they're like, oh, by the way, before you come in, Ian was right about everything. He was controlling the weather, and we're gonna go, damn it.
because the galaxy I think is spinning up into a sphere.
Is it?
Yeah, we have a spiral galaxy right now, but you can either see it in its
The galaxy's
irregular
flat.
state. Huh?
The galaxy is flat.
It is.
There's an accretion disk. Yeah, there's a
It is flat.
line in our galaxy, like a disk, that's not normal in every spiral galaxy that indicates we're spinning up into a sphere. It looks like we've already eclipsed part of.
Did you know that we're gonna crash into Andromeda?
I heard that.
Have you ever seen it?
They're gonna smash into each other.
Yeah.
But Earth shouldn't even notice it happening. We'll just see stuff in the sky
Oh,
like,
that's
look at that.
cool.
Have you ever seen Andromeda?
No, I don't think so.
You can see it.
Really?
Yeah.
Look like a
I
planet.
put on my night vision. No, it doesn't look like a planet. It looks like a fuzzy star.
Oh dang.
But it doesn't look like other stars you can see. They're fairly crisp.
10 billion years.
Is that the closest star?
Andromeda.
Andromeda? No, it's a
and
galaxy.
The Milky Way will collide.
Oh.
Andromeda's a galaxy, and usually it's kind of directly above our head. I mean, obviously it moves through the night sky, but
I was thinking about the galaxy and about how like you know how there's like arms, like wavy spiral arms in the galaxy, and they say like in an electron cloud in an atom, the electron can be at any point in the cloud. There's a possibility, you know, and it'll appear, and they're like, it's a, and I wonder if the stars in the galaxy are like that.
Nope.
We think we're here, but that's just because we have a snapshot in time of a moment, and all of a sudden we'll be here. It's not like it moves like you think moving. It's that it's appearing in a different area.
if I understand.
I
correctly,
watched
massive objects
I watched
don't
this
act
great
like that.
video, and they said when they've done these AI simulations where they'll create characters and give them a task, not like humanoid characters. They'll create like bots and say like your task is to complete these things. If they ever give the code and the rules to one of the bots, it ceases to function. So they have a bunch of programs running, and it's like they'll program an AI saying, this is how AI is basically trained.
What?
You get points, you get rewarded for performing certain tasks. And so the AI will then keep iterating and trying to so if they're doing like a race car, they'll say like, your goal is to get 10 million points, and you get a point for every, you know, pixel closer to the finish line. And then it'll keep trying to find ways to get the points higher and higher. They said that at any point, they actually programmed it to understand the rules of how it would gain points. It would just stop trying. It would just fail.
What?
Yeah.
Dude, that's
Carrot
like,
and the stick thing.
it's like a pop.
So they were saying that the theory is that the nature of existence, evolution dictates we can't understand the nature of reality. Otherwise, it would break our brains and we'd stop actually functioning. So what happens is, at any point, sentient life forms that come to recognize the nature of reality give up and stop reproducing.
That was one thing about DMT I noticed when I went into that DMT realm and communicated with spirits. I came out and it felt like this is more real than other. Like when I came back to this state of mind, I felt like I didn't need to do it anymore. I'm like, I think I concluded everything I needed to do on this dimension. And my friend was like, no, you need to stay, Ian. You're important. And like reminded me I'm
And
supposed
he had like a knife on his wrist. He's like, are you sure?
because I was like, I already know what heaven is like. I don't really, there's what else is there than that warm glow of love, you know?
It is worth keeping in mind that like we evolved on Earth for like to be able to survive, right? In this particular context. So like the things that you can't see in the universe, the electromagnetic spectrum, we can only see a very, very narrow band of the electromagnetic spectrum and regular light and stuff. So like our understanding of the universe is very limited. So it's worth remembering that.
Have you seen the DMT experiment where they,
I don't pay much attention to DMT.
This is pretty-
like that because I'm not particularly interested in drug use.
oh man, it's a wild chemical. Your body makes it. You just have it also makes an inhibitor so you don't trip
So does
constantly
grass.
all day. Yeah, plants make it. It's really wild. It's how it's ever present throughout animal and plant life. But they do this experiment recently. It's a recent experiment where they would smoke DMT and they'd look at a laser pointer through a door crack and they see
They would
code.
go up to the wall. They'd put a cross laser on a wall and look at it, and they all described seeing what appear to be symbols like language.
That's what I saw when I smoked DMT
And
first. It's like
I have a really easy
alphanumeric
explanation for it. I have a very simple explanation for it. Bro, they're on drugs.
Yeah.
Well, it's not just
That
drugs.
makes
It's
sense
just,
to me.
Yeah.
But so are we. We just are inhibiting. It's a
My point is,
know?
when you take a hallucinogenic, don't be surprised when you hallucinate.
it's different.
It's like, no, like imagine like
It's true. It's true. But when I see
He's
like
right.
mushrooms all over,
Right.
He's making a lot of sense.
He's
over
right.
there.
like
it's like people like take drugs and they're like, bro, I saw a rock talking to me. That proves that rocks are alive. No, it proves you're on drugs.
I took mushrooms one time and I saw like the strands of like nature, which I saw with the alphanumeric patterns through DMT, but they were a bunch of mushrooms on mushrooms. I was like, why am I seeing a bunch of mushrooms right now?
And you know, I will say this: getting drunk, I am genuinely happy when I'm inebriated.
It's psychoactive.
You are actually happy.
I think the DMT thing is different. I think the DMT is helping people see the code of reality.
I don't know about that.
Like these AI,
Done it, Phil. You did you do DMT? How do you know?
but
There's
like
only one way to find out.
if you can decipher the code, would you just be like,
Yeah, Phil, aren't you a globulist?
I don't even know what a globulist
It
is.
means you think the Earth is round.
Oh yes, yes, I am a globalist.
All right, what's the speed of the rotation of the Earth?
I don't know.
Oh, he doesn't know, huh?
Yeah.
What's this? Wrong.
6,000 miles
Wrong.
an hour?
Wrong.
23,000?
Wrong.
1,800.
Wrong.
What is it?
66.6. Yep.
Wow.
You're wrong.
66,000?
You globulists don't even know your own math.
I'm a proud globule.
Earth's rotational speed is approximately 1,040 miles per hour, 1,674 kilometers an hour.
That's not
at
that
the,
fast.
At the equator.
The planes fly faster than that?
Generally, some do, but most don't.
I always thought about how it's cool how if you fly from like New York,
airplanes fly, like your standard commercial airplanes fly at about 500 miles an hour.
when you're going from New York to LA, you're actually
Oh,
just
my bad. I
slowing
meant the
down.
orbit around the sun, not the rotation.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, orbit around the sun is 66.6.
60,
65.4 or 7.1. It's got various estimates. 67.7
It's about 66,000 miles an hour. Is
that we're going around the sun. Okay. What's the circumference of the Earth, the equator?
I don't know.
180,000 miles. Globulist.
A real globulist would know.
Don't know.
It's true.
But I
A
figured
real
out,
globulist would know the answer. You guys are just.
You want to tell everybody the
globalists.
Earth is round and you don't even know your facts.
dude, you know what we're going to have to do, though? Is build a new clock, a galactic clock, which is going to indicate to other
Why?
life forms.
75.
Why do we need to build that?
Because we need to communicate with other life forms in the galaxy.
I think
What-
I'm good.
what?
I don't know.
Why do you
I don't
need to-
feel like
what-
I need to do that.
Yeah, what's a galactic clock?
We need to explain where we are and where we will be in a certain amount of time. So it'll be like a 360 degree, it'll be an XYZ coordinate, and you'll show them because the Earth is expanding right now, and so is the sun.
The Earth is expanding?
Yeah, slowly expanding. You can measure the expansion rate too. It's very small. It's like inches every year or something, but that indicates that we're accelerating.
The Earth
So-
is not expanding.
It is. It is.
Research
Look it
conducted by
up.
NASA indicates that any change in solid Earth's average radius is insignificant. The change is
Right.
about 0.004 inches
Yeah.
per year.
Yeah, it's small.
The thickness of a human hair.
It's very small, but the
Like, I'll
sun
be dead
also.
before that matters, probably.
But the sun is expanding too. It indicates that we're accelerating through the galaxy right now, and we may start decelerating at some point. I think that indicates as things expand, that makes them move faster. So that means that we have to calculate our expansion, our acceleration, and then our direction through the galaxy, and tell these other civilizations in one Earth year we're going to be at 700 by 300 by 740, and you'll give them the coordinate.
You're giving these coordinates like there's a reference point.
Because time is motion. Time is where you are when it comes to galactic time.
But when you gave the way you gave those coordinates, it's like there's a reference point, like there's like something to relate it
Yeah,
to.
makes sense.
And you don't you can't really without a reference point, your
You have
coordinates
to use
don't
the
really
sun
work.
as the reference point or something.
And the sun's moving. Everything in the galaxy is moving. So this idea of like having coordinates,
Yeah.
like it doesn't really work out that way.
Got to be
need a
some kind of
reference
formula, like pi.
Because it is a cube. Like the galaxy could be in a cube, but then what angle are you looking at the cube from? That determines where what's the y-axis.
Well, I mean,
what's the x-axis.
yeah, I mean, there's, you can say, if you were to look at the sun and say, well, the North Pole of the sun and the South Pole of the sun, and I'm not saying that the sun has the similar poles to the Earth, but just like the way that the plane of the solar system, right? But if you leave the solar system, then like, how do you know where anything is, like, or how do you, if you're looking at the solar, if you're not looking at the solar system, if you're from a different star system, you don't know what the plane of our solar system is from another star system. So you couldn't say that it's, the northern half or the southern half. You wouldn't know.
Are we still
And
talking about wildfires?
I'm
Yeah,
down.
I think we were.
Okay.
So
Tariffs crazy. They're crazy, man.
I know.
Those tariffs are crazy.
I think that we should.
I can't stand flat earthers, man. I just got to be honest.
I agree.
Because a lot of what they put out, it's just fake. So, for instance, I just looked this up. I watched a video where a guy lists a bunch of flight paths.
Yeah.
And he's like, why is it that if you're flying from Sydney to Lima, Peru, you got to stop in Los Angeles? That doesn't make sense. You're going way out of the way, and it shows like you do go way out of the way. And so all I do is just I looked it up, and there's literally a direct flight from Sydney to Santiago.
They don't know what they're
They're just
talking about.
making it up.
Excuse me.
I know.
They just
Yeah.
make it up.
They do. They do make it up.
That is a weird conspiracy to think that people have been hiding the
I can't
fact
imagine anyone
that-
actually believes
People,
that.
well, I think that there are people that believe it, but like they figured out that the Earth was round long before like Columbus said. Like you can actually measure with shadows, and
Bro, it was like 30 BC.
yeah, it was like they figured out the Earth was round a long time ago. There's been a bunch of different ways that they've proved it. Just like the fact that satellites work. Like, do you think how many people would have to be in on the conspiracy to lie that the Earth is actually flat?
And like, you could have it be flat and round like a plate.
No,
because you look
couldn't.
Well, you could look at the stars and the planets; they're all round. So, like, obviously the Earth is round, but is it a sphere?
Yes.
Or is it a plate?
It is spherical.
I think so.
Yeah.
I mean, you go around it. I think it is. But
It could be like an oval or like an
Oh, I
egg.
mean, sure. It's like the the equator is a little like
yeah.
off shape. It's not a perfect sphere.
The term is oblique spheroid. That's what they call the Earth.
Yeah, but it's definitely not flat.
If you took the flat Earth, so there's a direct flight from Sydney to Santiago.
Yeah.
If you took the flat Earth map, that would be the most psychotic flight.
Yeah.
So what they do is they show the flat Earth, and they're like flying from Sydney to LA to Santiago on the flat Earth map makes a lot of sense. It's a straight line, and it's like, yeah, or you could just fly direct. Like, I don't. What are you talking about? Making things up.
They continuously make up. A lot of times, I think they look at the flat map and they imagine that the lines on the map are actually the shorter lines. But like anytime you fly from like Boston to Europe, you fly up the coast over Newfoundland and stuff because it's actually shorter to go that way than to go around the.
When I flew to Thailand, we went over the North Pole.
Yeah.
So I flew from New York to Hong Kong, and so I think it was like straight over the North Pole. Yeah, we went straight over the North Pole, and as we were flying, they were like, "You can say the North Pole," and then we landed in we landed in Hong Kong first, and then had a connecting to Thailand.
Yeah, I mean,
You just flew straight over.
when you fly to Japan, you do something similar. You don't fly, across the U.S. and then across the Pacific. You fly over kind of the North Pole because it's actually shorter. Any point, like any place that you're flying to north of the equator, right? It's generally shorter to fly over the top than around.
Okay, and safer because there's land under you.
No, it's shorter.
Would they prefer to fly like over land instead of water in case there's a
I
crash
would.
landing?
I mean, I don't think so because either way, if you're falling from 36,000 feet, you're probably dead anyways.
Dude, I told Tim about this when we were flying back from Vegas. Halfway we were flying from like Vegas to DC, and like over Wichita, the pilot comes on. He's like, the cockpit is getting very cold.
Oh, yeah.
The co-pilot and I are having a hard time doing our jobs, so we're gonna have to make a landing here in Chicago. And people are like, oh my God. And we landed, and he's like, so we reboarded, and it's the same pilot, and he's like, to the customers that had choice words with me, the co-pilot and I were unable to feel our fingertips and toes, and it could have become very bad. We were like,
Planes fly themselves basically now, like those types of planes. That's kind of a BS excuse.
Well, they got to land the plane though, and
yeah, but
we had a couple years ago. We were flying back, and they canceled our flight at the last minute, like right before the holidays, and so we had to be back for the show. So we called a charter company. We were like, we're in Chicago. We got to get to D.C. What can you do? And they were like, good luck. Are you nuts? It's the holidays. And we were like, we got screwed over by our airline. And then they were like, there is one company that I think we can do it. Let me make a few phone calls. And they got us this company called Verijet, which I think went bankrupt. And they had these little,
That's comforting.
the little Cirrus jets. It was like flying in an SUV. There's no bathroom or anything. And they're for short flights only. And then when the plane landed, the pilot walked in. And he's late, and we're like, oh, thank God. walks up to the counter and then whispers something to the desk at the signature. It's called the fixed base operator, and then leaves. And then we're like, what's happening? So we call the charter company, no answer. We call Verijet, no answer. We go to the guy, and he's like, it's not my place to talk to you about what's going on. He's like, I don't work for that company. I don't know what your deal is. And we were like, our pilot just left. And he was like, okay, well, the heater's not working, so he's not flying. He's leaving. And we were like, what? We were so pissed.
Yeah.
Perfect.
But I was like, I will bundle up. What is it? They're like, it gets down to like 15 degrees, and it's going to be for several hours. And I was like, give us a blanket. We'll be fine.
I know.
When you're in a commercial flight, you look at it tells you the outside temperature. It's like
Minus 55.
40. Yeah. It's crazy cold.
I was like, can't they just get a space heater or open the door? And I was like, it probably goes below zero. They're
Yeah, it's
probably
probably cold.
And then like open the door would be the other option.
Because then some dude's going to get up.
guy,
And go,
yeah, there's some crazy box cut.
it's fun how we both went there.
I know. That's so nuts. I'm still traumatized from 9/11, dude. I've got PTSD. I really believed.
But now, it used to remind me of terrorism. Now it just reminds me of Sabrina Carpenter. What is that? I don't like that. Stop.
That's your culture.
That was the best thing ever. When she's like, what is that? I don't like it.
It's a very good meme. It's a very
That's how we
very
all feel,
useful meme
Sabrina.
now.
I don't like it.
She reverted back to being a real person for a moment.
Yeah, that's your culture. Imagine what she's like in private. She's probably based.
Probably hilarious.
Really?
Yeah, she's probably posting 4chan memes from back in the day.
You don't know what we're talking about? Anyway,
who Sabrina is, yeah, but I don't.
No one can hear you, and you're leaving.
I haven't met her yet.
Yeah.
He hasn't met her yet, guys. No. So these fires, we should actually just we should take over Canada. No voting
You
rights.
see what Trump posted?
What do you say?
He posted a picture of the Oval Office, and there's a map that's got the American flag over Canada.
You know what's crazy? We just had a whole speech from the president last night accusing China basically of stealing an election. Haven't heard anything about tariffs for China today. What are we doing about that? But tariffs for Canada for the wildfires. But what are we doing with China?
I mean, I don't know. I personally think that China is the most significant geopolitical threat out there. Like, there's a lot of people that are I think dropping the ball on China. I think we should. I mean, I saw a lot of people on X talking about, like, look, if they're a Chinese citizen, they should be sent back. Personally, I think that if you've got, like, I think every Chinese national here is a national security threat now, because if they've got family in China has no problem throwing their family in jail and applying pressure to the people that are here. So if you have foreign workers that are from China, if you have people working at any kind of technology companies, China is notorious for theft, for industrial espionage. They're notorious for intellectual property theft. So, like, anything you can do to mitigate that stuff by sending people back, I'm fine with. It's fine. Just send them back.
We got to do it. We got to go there. So we talked about this Ashley Webb before, but Colin Wright has a post.
Great.
Oh, I saw that.
And you've been warned. It's Friday. We're chilling, but I had to read this, so you have to hear it. Colin Wright says, Maine Democrat Ashley Webb, who said he would not lie or deceive people, claims in Reddit posts that he ovulates and has a monthly period, but because he has external male parts, instead of the proper hole, the period blood comes out of his anus. Despite being karyotyped as XY, he says he's pretty positive. I am the XX type. He also believes he has female internal organs, although CAT scans have turned up nothing. Colonoscopies have also failed to validate a connection with a supposed hidden uterus. This reminds me of South Park when they all had that virus and they were bleeding out their asses. They thought they were having their periods because they didn't know the difference, so they started shoving tampons up their asses.
Jesus.
This is the kind of Democrat. This is what Democrats want.
I mean, and this is the
future they've been fighting for.
The Democrats demand that people take this seriously too. That's part of why, like, everything is so ridiculous now. It's like the left, the Democrats, demand that you treat this person as if they are a reasonable, rational person. This person is completely insane, and yet they're up there. And
dude, this is
like,
wild.
People
man.
are like, Mike Lindell is crazy. Like, shut up, man.
For real, look at this post. When you don't have the proper hole, it finds one of two exits. The guy in China was lucky, and it was his bladder. Dude, if you are pissing blood, it is not a period.
Yeah. You need
But
to go see a
here's the
urologist.
thing, like, you know what really explains that these people aren't women is that they don't understand what menstruation actually consists of, like the consistency of it or at all. So, like, they're straight up just peeing blood. Like, that's what a period is. Like, that's not,
Right.
That's not correct?
Hemorrhoid, I think.
It's like
No.
operating off like a 5th grade novel.
It's a hemorrhoid burst. It's like, oh, my period's happening again.
Oh God. Like if this guy
Mike Lindell is crazy.
was in the room, I wouldn't like aggravate him and make him cry or get upset, but you got to call it out when you see it. You have to talk about it because like that how is he? Did he get a lot of votes? Is that why he's on stage?
I don't
I
know.
don't know what I was been wondering that actually. What's the
Yeah,
criteria
what is-
for
yeah.
getting onto the stage?
Bar must be
Cry,
pretty low.
apparently. Just cry and they'll let you up there. You know?
Do they have like a media
I
following?
mean, I
of
love
some
the
sort?
performance. I'd love to see Ian run and just go off on like graphene.
I mean,
and just esoteric nonsense.
grassroots
It's
campaign
funny to
zone.
it's funny to laugh about this, but remember there is a trans person in Congress now.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, there is a person that is representing, you know, I forget where they're from, Maryland, right?
What is that?
I thought it was somewhere in the Northeast.
No, Delaware.
Delaware. Okay, so
Same thing.
you know, it's like he's in Congress and everybody's supposed to take him seriously. There's no reason to think that this person is somehow beyond the pale.
I loved after the election in 24 when people were fighting amongst themselves, the Democrats. They were saying, "Well, what can we change to win people back?" It's like, can we stop this, whatever this is? And
Clearly
everybody's
we
like, nope, we
can't.
can't actually.
No, we can't.
Yeah.
And I
You can stop fascism if you'll stop calling men women. Nope, can't do it.
yeah,
Sorry.
sincerely.
Guess we're doing fascism.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, your own this kind of stuff. As much as like you know, I don't think that this person is actually going to be the nominee.
No.
You know, but if they were a little more put together and didn't seem as ridiculous, we know they can make it to Congress. And granted, you know, the House is where the clowns are, right? Like the House has only got 2 years per term. They're a little more clowns. You know, they're a little more ridiculous.
Performance.
Yeah, the Senate is a little more serious. They've got the longer tenure and stuff. But there's no reason to think that Democrats wouldn't elect a person to the Senate that was, you know, trans and privately held these beliefs. Maybe they don't talk about them publicly on Reddit, but there's no reason to think that this is beyond the pale for the Democrats. This is where the Democrat Party is going. Whether they're the DSA people who are more revolutionary communist, that's kind of their flavor than this, but it doesn't mean that these people that believe that they have their periods from their anus, it doesn't mean that they're, you know, it's out of the question to elect them to either to the Senate or to Congress. It's
The alternative to
the
this
House.
is the communists.
yeah.
That's where we're at.
I mean, sincerely, it is. It's like you get communists or trans people that are, you know, obviously.
Well, the communists believe, even the non-trans people believe all these things.
Yeah.
About they just don't experience it.
Well, they
They
they're-
would believe every word of that.
they're probably smart enough to not really talk about it on a debate stage. Maybe, you know, they would probably say something a little more measured, like, "Look, you know, we should
They'll read the
accept
room
people
first.
and people's lived experiences." But I mean, it would basically just be what Kamala Harris said.
Yeah.
You know, we have to believe people's lived experiences. We have to accept people for who they are, and blah blah blah. I totally disagree, and we have to shut down voting. There's only like 10% of the
This
country that
person
can vote.
shouldn't be able to vote.
No, not at all. And I don't see any mechanism to that for that actually happening. But the idea that this is acceptable in government, it's not. It's not at all.
You know that he said, "I won't deceive you like you're being deceived right now," while he's deceiving people, is like the craziest.
Well, he's right in a way. We're not being deceived. He's deceiving himself, but none of us are being deceived. So I mean, there's some truth in that.
I had a period out my butt.
I mean,
Hey, home.
That I believe.
Let's talk.
I believe
come
you
on.
experienced this.
I just asked Brave AI.
Believe you. Believe all women.
It's Sarah McBride is the trans congressman.
Yes.
And I was like,
Yeah.
what is his dead name? And they were like, that question cannot be answered because the premise is wrong. She is not a man. I'm like, well, a transgender woman is also a biological man. You can be both. They're like, the premise does not align with my coding. I am AI. Transgender women are women. I'm like, oh my God, this is AI. World famous, renowned, used 1,000,000 times a day. AI telling me that transgender woman is a woman, when it's a biological man that is a transgender woman, and a transgender man is a biological woman. You can be both. It's not binary.
yeah, it is.
It's not a very inclusive
It's a
answer.
layer on top of it. it's not like
See-
you have to strip away one to become the other.
I feel like you do though.
See, I asked Tank, and Tank says biological male, born male, identifies as a transgender woman, and then talks about the fact that
That's good.
he's the first elected.
That's what company makes that one?
Well, I use I use Claude is the intelligence behind it, but because it's an AI agent, it actually kind of has
It's a little less
fixed.
dumb.
Yeah, it's fixed the pure woke stuff that you get if you ask, one of the AI in like if you ask an AI in a window, it's not like an agent, or at least it's not the same kind of thing. You're gonna get the pure answer from Anthropic.
I'm using Brave, and the version is Qwen 3.5. That's QWEN 3.5, developed by Alibaba, which I believe is a Chinese company, telling me that trans women are women.
Yep.
Alibaba Cloud.
So there you go.
Wow.
But yeah,
Qwen 3.5. First I've
yeah,
heard of it.
you can actually get AI to give you the truth, but you can't just go to like
You have to groom it over time.
Well, I mean, you're not really grooming it. You're telling it,
Yeah.
your worldview. Like I had to, when I set Tank up, I specifically told the program, like, this is my worldview and stuff, and it will work. It will give you honest answers because I mean, this is all true, right? Biologically male, born male, identifies as a transgender woman, which is true. Yeah, which is true. But Tank didn't say, oh, that's a woman and you're a bigot for even asking the question, blah, 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 just gave me the true answer.
I think I'm going to stop using Brave. I've been using Brave for my browser for like 5 years because it was open source as far as I knew. They've capitulated to a Chinese AI that's giving misinformation. That's crazy. I'm done with Brave. That's garbage. I wonder if Chrome does the same thing.
Brave is pretty bad. Didn't Brave say that Trump died from rabies?
I don't know.
Google it. Pretty sure it did.
Fact check that one.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure
That's
it did.
Brave.
This is the world we live in,
Donald
gentlemen.
Trump died from rabies.
Yeah, Brave said yes. Yeah, and JD Vance too.
Because
It got all of them.
Yeah.
Real bad outbreak.
No, well, my Brave
Not
browser
anyway.
said no.
No, but you have to look up the story. They've
but its
corrected it,
AI
obviously.
search featured temporarily displayed this. Yes.
Okay.
Right.
That's the Chinese AI.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, you have.
Welcome to the future, my friends.
You can't
The
check
good
your
news is
brain.
we're not fat anymore, at least.
I mean, that is good.
For the wrong reasons.
Yeah.
But
Starvation.
I guess the question is,
GLP-1s.
would you guys rather America be very fat, or fat and lazy, or skinny and lazy using drugs to stay skinny?
Yeah. Like obese and lazy is pretty bad.
My favorite thing about
either way,
Ozempic
so.
is that it just basically makes you feel sick. So they're like, I can't stop eating. If I inject myself with this, I'll throw up.
Oh God.
Well, you'll certainly lose weight. They used to give people tapeworms back in the day.
Yeah.
They'd be like, eat these parasites. You'll still gain weight, but it won't be fat. It'll be the weight of the parasites in your gut.
Oh, God. Gross. So gross. So disgusting.
Hey, look, if you eat at Taco Bell, you'll lose weight too.
Well,
It'll
at least
clean
then
you
it
out in 2
tastes good, right?
seconds.
At least then you're getting a chalupa.
No, Taco Bell says they've gotten rid of the parasites.
Cowards. Quitters. Quitters. Come on.
Yeah.
But I mean, I haven't gone to Taco Bell in ages anyways.
Yeah, it's gonna be a minute for me too.
It's so good though.
I was wondering. It's a little bit of a topic change, but Dylan, what you got a pretty big gig over at Daily Wire. You're the managing editor right now.
Yes.
What is it? What is going on? What has it been like? How'd you get the gig? And like, what is it? What are you doing?
Yeah, I was at the Daily Caller for like 5.5 years. And then earlier this year, moved to the Wire. I was friends kind of with a couple of the people over there. Tim Rice, who was on the show recently, I believe. Brent Scher, the editor-in-chief there. Was looking for something new. Reached out to him. They had a gig. So it's going great. I really like it. It's a really unique company. It's like I think the biggest conservative media company that isn't like on cable television, as far as I can think of in America. So I'm having a great time, doing a lot of good work.
What have you been doing?
I got brought in to help with, we're working on some new newsletter projects. We're starting to get into the event game a little bit. I work in the DC office, so I do like news of the day stuff too, obviously. I write a little bit, weekly column. We launched a new news show recently with Cabot Phillips. So I'm just I have a hand in a bunch of these different projects that are going on, new stuff.
Kind of like an overseer.
A
you
finger
sit
in
around
every
with.
bit,
pie,
yeah.
we say, right?
What was that?
A finger in every pie.
That is what they say. Yeah, that is what they say.
Savoring the flavor as you go.
That's weird.
Ruining the pies.
Oh yeah. Oops.
I'm kidding.
Wash your hands.
Now, so you got hooked up with? You used to be at the Daily Caller. You said
Right. Yeah. That's where I
Where
started.
does that come from?
that was
I
that
don't
was
know, but I can't stop thinking.
that was Tucker Carlson's.
It was
He was the co-founder. Yes.
co-founder.
It originates from an analogy of an annoying guest who sticks their finger in all of your pies to taste them without asking.
That can't be a real thing.
William Shakespeare used a variation on this. That's true. In Henry VIII, where the Duke of Buckingham complains about a rival sticking his ambitious finger into every man's pie.
Oh my god.
That sounds like something Ian would do.
It sounds like a euphemism for something. Not,
It does.
I
It
learned my
does.
lesson.
something I don't like.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then it just got
nasty shit.
it got literally translated. It meant something else.
Stick a finger in the pie. Oh, are you talking about American Pie, the movie?
I'm not.
I don't think so. I don't think we are.
He
Jason
looked at me like
Biggs.
I was the one who said it. He was the one that said it.
He's like, I'm not gonna finger a pie. I have other plans.
Oh God. Going downhill.
Yeah, Biggs, dude. So what's that?
Go ahead.
Oh, did Daily Wire open the DC? I've been hearing about the DC office. Is it new?
Yeah, I'm in the DC office. It's like a year old ish. There's probably a dozen people working.
But I heard you guys fired everybody and
Right, yeah. It turns out that's not actually true.
What?
As evidenced by me getting hired this year.
What?
Yeah.
So you're saying that Ben Shapiro pretended to hire you to trick everybody into thinking he's doing well.
Checks are cashing, so I don't know.
So,
I don't know if I was pretend hired or
to
not.
Israel?
but I don't.
Well,
ask
we
for the
have to
money.
have a conspiracy theory here. You can't prove it wrong. No matter what you say, we'll always find a reason.
Have you been to Israel?
No, I have not actually. I have not actually. I'd love
just
to
lo-
visit. If anybody out there wants to give me a free trip to Israel, I'd love to visit.
Mary Morgan was on a podcast, and she was talking about how she's just so sick of all the conspiracy slop. And I'm like, she's completely correct.
It's
Like a little conspiracy here and there is healthy, but literally everything all the time being conspiracy theory is just so cringe.
It used to be cool to have like one conspiracy theory you kind of liked and were into, and then suddenly it's
Now it's like Pokemon cards.
everybody. There's just one giant conspiracy that everybody's into. It's
My favorite is that the Earth is flat and hollow. It's a donut. Donut Earth theory.
I don't think I can even comprehend what that means. I don't even know how.
So it's flat and hollow, meaning it's a donut.
Wow.
We exist in a
Oh
donut.
yeah. So when you go around it, you're always going around it.
That's like the least harmful conspiracy theory for society.
Donut
maybe,
Earth
actually.
theory.
I like science fiction. I love like new technology. You know,
I could see it.
what was science fiction 150 years ago is science fact today. You know, Jules. what's
Where
his
are
name?
flying cars?
What?
Where are flying
Oh,
cars?
Elon. They may actually be coming, but they can.
Did you
fall
guys,
on That's the problem with them?
See the Batman show where Joker, someone, I think it's Scarecrow, pulls Batman's mask off. And he's like, Bruce Wayne, he's like, I didn't want to know it was him. That was half the fun. And then he walks up to Bruce and he goes, where's my electric car, Bruce? I put a deposit down last year. You said to be out this year. I loved that. That was good. Here, look. Earth's a donut.
Yeah.
The whole
I can prove it too.
Doesn't seem to check out.
Yeah. I can prove it by just asking you questions you can't answer.
There you go.
Yeah, I'm so.
What is the average temperature of the polar ice cap? See, you don't even know.
I couldn't tell
You
you.
know, because there isn't one. It's a donut.
I couldn't tell you.
It doesn't
That's why I
exist.
Don't know.
Donut.
It's so exhausting. It really like neutralizes people's. I think it was Chris Rufo maybe that had this take, or his co-host on his podcast, that they were like, people that get conspiracy brain, they can't participate in actual constructive politics anymore.
Not at all.
Yeah.
So it's like a way to neutralize. If you lead your people to conspiracy all the time, it just neutralizes them from being able to do anything
One more
to
reason.
actually win the country back.
One more reason to end universal enfranchisement.
I agree. We need less people voting.
Absolutely.
And then there's like people that refuse to acknowledge the potential of any conspiracies that are also dangerous for politics. Like there's a middle ground because people are conspiring behind closed doors. for
well, I
sure.
mean, they're
Ian, no conspiracy has ever happened ever.
that sounds like
not
a
once.
conspiracy to me.
the phrase
That's what they want you to-
conspiracy, like people
Who is they, though?
conspire together. Anytime you get a couple people in a room talking about something, they're conspiring. They're coming up with a plan. But the colloquial definition of conspiracy theory is that, you know, it's a big secret and only the person that's on X calling you names is like
Right.
is in on the conspiracy. He's got the secret knowledge. And that's why they're so so compelling to some people. They believe that they've got the secret knowledge and only them and a few people like them know, and everybody else is a rube and everybody else is stupid and they're the smart ones. That's what's compelling. That's why people are like, see, we know, we're in on it. We're smarter than the people that are hiding it from us.
I forget who had the quote. It was conspiracies are a way to make people that don't know anything feel like they know everything. That's basically what it is.
Well, no, finish that.
I was just going to say the best argument against the conspiracies is like the conversation with the average congressional staffer. Like, I live in D.C. If you hadn't talked to these people and congressmen and lawmakers and stuff, and like if you think all these people have some cabal that they're just scheming everything up behind closed doors and they're capable of pulling that off, like they're not. They're not.
I mean,
if they are, what's your excuse? Like these guys have an IQ of like 98. What are you doing, Ian? What are you doing?
I'm just slipping and sliding towards life.
Why aren't you in Congress?
Because I'm on my knees for God, Tim.
Oh yeah, you are totally.
I just want to play music because I want to subvert from
on
behind.
my knees for God.
Run for office.
The guy that
go to the debate, just
engages
play the guitar and sing.
the guy that engages in heresy regularly.
Really?
Oh yeah,
That's what Jesus did too.
okay, well you're not
Jewish
Jesus.
heresy.
You're not Jesus either. So
I don't think Jesus can do heresy.
Yeah, I don't think
was a Jewish
that's
heretic.
not what Christians believe. Ian.
yeah, he was the only perfect man.
Pissed off all the Jews.
It doesn't
Not all
matter.
of them, but-
He didn't
Because
piss off the Jews.
I think that the argument is that they had deviated from God's teachings.
It was the Sanhedrin.
So he wasn't the heretic. He was correcting heresy. He had come to.
You'd realize that you are all the heretics. It wasn't him. He wasn't the one, but it was
No,
all of you
So see,
playing with money.
regularly engages in heresy.
Maybe.
He's on his knees for God. Okay.
Yeah, he is.
But it's only heresy if you mean for it to be
That's a
heresy.
South Park joke.
No,
Remember
it's
that?
not.
Yeah.
Remember in South Park when Cartman was like, "I'm on my knees for Jesus," and they were like,
Yeah,
When,
Sounds a
when he
little-
had the Christian band,
Yeah.
started,
Faith-
and
He
now-
just took love songs and
Yeah, love
changed it out
songs
for Jesus.
yeah.
He's like, "What? You don't love Jesus? We do, but it sounds like you really love him." Of course, I really love him. You don't? No, we just mean really love him.
I think the real antidote is getting rich. It's not a way I don't normally think like that because I'm not greedy generally. I'm pretty charitable, but I was talking to Phil about it. I'm like, I think the real antidote to tyranny is wealth. Is
Bro,
being rich.
every single American, even a homeless person, is wealthy to the rest of the world.
Yeah.
You can be a mentally ill homeless person sitting on a street corner, and you have more access to clean running water, hot showers, charity than an average person in South Sudan.
Amen.
A homeless person in the United States sitting down, saying not a single word, makes more money per year than a middle class Sudanese
I
person.
think you're tempting people to surge the border when you say stuff like that.
This
but
is
it's
why they
true.
do.
I know.
Bro, the
They're already doing
GDP per capita in Sudan is like $300.
Well, it's even if you go back in history, it's even more profound. Like even Americans from a few hundred years ago, Americans today are way richer.
Yeah.
than most ones.
Ian,
And they're never happy.
the poorest state in the United States per capita, the people are wealthier than all of Europe, all the countries of Europe
Per capita?
per capita.
Really?
You know
Europe
what that
is
means?
low key falling off completely.
Yeah, it's true.
They're
It just
poor and
recently.
not growing and can't defend
Bro, we have
themselves.
our average income is 3 times that of Japan.
Yeah,
It's crazy. And Japan's nice.
remember,
Yeah.
poor people in the U.S. have cell phones. They have access to the internet. Poor people in the U.S. are not poor.
But it's
on
not
a
just that.
global
You could have $0 and you can walk into a McDonald's and get a glass of clean, parasite-free water.
And having a bunch of money injected into my bank account doesn't make me resistant to tyranny because Wells Fargo can shut off my bank.
It's the opposite, actually. The more money you get, the more susceptible you are.
The more targeted you become, or
Because the
you
machine threatens to take away so much from you. If you're broke and they threaten you, you'd be like, I don't have anything.
That's literally what, you can't take anything you can't get blood from a stone. If you don't have anything, people can't use the things that you have as leverage.
You have nothing to lose. Yeah.
right, like no kids. I don't have a big.
No money, no house, no
Nothing.
nothing, blah, 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 blah.
No lights, no music.
Can't blackmail me.
Well, I mean,
I'm
yeah,
not
I mean, I
threatening
guess blackmail
you.
could, but it might be easier to bribe someone that doesn't have anything because they're like, oh, you're gonna give me $10,000, that's a lot of money, Whereas if you've got a house and you got a family and you got kids and you got a reputation, in your case you're a public figure and stuff, if someone's like, hey, we're gonna do this if you don't play ball, it's like, oh well, I better play ball because I don't want to lose the things that I have.
God, because would you ever run for office?
I would say the N word on Maine before I would run for office.
I'm
might win.
too young to foreclose on that, but I don't have any desire right now.
No, I would. I would run for office, like Supreme Chancellor of the Earth, maybe.
I'd run. I'd go run for president like Trump.
After Trump conquers the planet
Ian, you
in a
should
couple
run.
decades, I'll run for Supreme Chancellor.
Ian should run for Senate in Maine, I think.
But of course, by run, I mean it's an election only amongst the 20 or so elite council members. So I wouldn't.
Self-selected choice of it's democracy at the highest level.
And the rule is you can't serve more than 2 consecutive terms. That means as long as you have a break between. So they all just keep electing each other.
I think the Russians did that.
that is what they do.
Yeah, with his, what was that guy? Navalny? No, not Navalny. His
Medvedev
is number 2. He became
He's just
president.
now
for 8 years.
post-
Oh, yeah.
It's just a
Erdogan
poster
does
now.
that too in Turkey.
Oh, did he really?
Hmm?
You said he just posted on X?
No, he's just a poster now. Medvedev.
okay.
He just like tweets insane things now. He used to be the president with Putin.
Yeah, he's
Now he just tweets about nuking America and stuff all the time.
every once in a while just keep us on our toes.
Yeah, imagine if Obama was like constantly tweeting about nuking other countries. That'd be kind of crazy.
I wish.
It's like
Give us more content to talk about.
if politics, if there's a machine that's breaking down and malfunctioning and spilling oil and it's driving, and they're like, "Hey, you want to get on board and drive with us?" I'm like, I think I got to fix the machine. Like if I get in the machine, I can't fix it. I got to stay out here to fix it.
You talk
Can you
a
fix
lot.
it from
You
inside?
talk a lot about fixing the machine for someone that smokes pot and does DMT.
This machine is out of control, dude. 40 trillion in debt. What are we going for, a currency reset? Like, is our net worth dropping by 99%?
No, it just means they're going to add extra zeros. Trump's going to make a $250 bill, and then 250 is the new 100.
Yep. I mean, look, man. When I was a kid, like a Coke was 55 cents.
Wow, I remember
You're not going
that.
to get it for.
We had a vending machine that was just outside by the Dominic supermarket. It was $0.25 for a can of pop.
Yeah, we used to go.
Quarter.
I used to always go and push buttons, try and get a free soda out of those. Or like,
And you would
go through the
sometimes.
coin. Yeah, you would.
And you'd go to payphones, and there'd be coins in there. And then me and Andy would go to Aldi, and we would offer to return people's carts for them and just stack up quarters.
It used to be actually profitable to collect a lot of bottles and cans and return them.
Oh, yeah,
and
yeah,
make
yeah.
money.
People used to drive to Michigan to get double the return, which is fraud, but they do
Oh,
it anyway.
really?
Yeah, because the way it works is when you buy the bottle, you pay a deposit. Then when you go and return it, they give the deposit back. So people would collect bottles in Indiana and Illinois and drive to Michigan because the deposit was double.
Oh.
That was edgy fraud.
Bro, I got to tell you guys, I was watching this podcast, and it's completely not news related, but it's the craziest thing I've ever heard. And don't do it. But have you guys ever heard of retail theft or shoplifting arbitrage?
Yep.
Yes, I
This
know
is the craziest thing. I never even considered this. Do not do this. But some guy was interviewing a criminal, and he was talking about how they do return fraud, where you go to a grocery store and you'll grab a small item that you don't need a receipt for off a shelf and then go to return it. And if it's like mouthwash for $5, they don't ask you for a receipt. They just give you the $5. And so that's return fraud. People usually get caught doing it. So at first he's like, we used to shoplift, and then we would just try and sell the stuff for like half the price. And then we realized you could just return the stuff. You don't even need it. Then we realized you could do bigger items with receipts. And then he gets into the craziest thing I ever heard of. He said that they would go to like a Home Depot, and you'd find a receipt in a trash bin for like a power drill that costs $500. Then they'd order online the same SKU, the same power drill, but it's cheaper because the online store sells it for less because they don't have overhead. It then arrives 5 days later, and you return that drill with the receipt saying that your friend, he would be like, my friend bought this for me, but I'm going to return it. The Home Depot gets the exact same drill back, loses no money but the sale, and then you get the price difference. So if the drill's $300 online on discount, but it's $500 in store, and then you return it, you get a $200 profit. That's crazy. He got caught, so don't do that stuff. But it's just nuts to think Home Depot's like, we don't recognize a loss. We just got the drill back. We'll sell it again tomorrow. The dude who bought the drill still has it. All you did was take the profit from the sale, and they kept the product. You stole the sale. So it's intangible. That's
Hustlers
crazy.
are hustling.
Yeah, that's crazy.
But that makes me think of the old that meme or whatever where someone's like, man, you're sitting around doing nothing, and crackheads are sitting around and they got no money. And you think the crackhead's not going to go out and get that crack? Get up and get moving.
Oh, so it was a viral video on TikTok where the guy's like, you're sitting there saying, I can't do it. And right now there's a crackhead out there, and he's going to get it done. Do you think that crackhead is not going to find that money and get that crack? And it's funny because it's true.
Absolutely
The
true.
motivation of the crackhead is better. Like, that's got to be embarrassing.
I mean,
You're sitting around like, I can't do 10 push-ups right now, bro. That crackhead would sell his own mother for crack.
literally.
You can do 10 push-ups.
You just don't want it bad enough.
You just
Right.
What do you think is like the driving, motivating factor for most healthy men to get up and go?
A lot of times it's well, I think that it's the ability to achieve something. I think the thing that young men are having a problem with today is they don't feel like their effort is going to produce anything, right? Like the crackhead knows that if he goes and comes up with $5, he's getting that crack, right? Or $10 or whatever. But like young people are like, why am I going to go to work and make a little bit of money when I can sit around here and play video games, and get some kind of.
I'll tell you why. Because without children, everything collapses.
Yeah.
Because it used to be, and it's not even so much that it used to be, but I know people like this. They're like, I have no choice but to work. I have kids. That's it. End of story. So now you got a bunch of dudes who are in their mid-30s with no kids, and they're like, well, I don't have to do anything. They're like, I don't have to make as much money, but I make enough to where I can afford rent and play video games. So why bother? If they had kids, they'd be like, I got to work a double shift. I got to feed my kids.
Yeah. Birth control is probably the actual
Antichrist
thing that destroys societies.
Yeah.
When you have birth control and women can control whether or not they have kids, eventually
We should ban it.
your
It should be
society
illegal.
falls apart. I mean,
Very trad take.
I mean, look, I'm not 100% sure that I'm for banning birth control, but the idea of putting everybody on birth control for whatever reason, like every young girl goes in to see their OBGYN for the first time when they're in their teen years, and the first thing they do is say, well, we got to get you on birth control. Very rarely do they not try to get you on birth control, because the OBGYNs are incentivized. They get a kickback, or they get paid by the pharmaceutical companies. So they get all the young girls on birth control. Society kind of makes women think that they should be men and try to do the things that men do and want to be men. Go to get a job, go to college, get a job. Used to be where like you weren't stopping people from having sex. Like that just wasn't happening. You look back 100 years, people were having a bunch of sex and having a bunch of kids because of it. Now you have birth control, get a large percentage of your population on birth control, and there's no more kids. And like to Tim's point, without kids, men don't have that kind of need to essentially settle down. Like women and kids tame young men, right? You got women and kids. If a guy's got a girlfriend, if he gets pregnant, he's got to take care of the girl and he's got to take care of the kid. I got to get a job. I got to get my crap together. I got to provide for them. And that's it's a moderating factor in young men's lives. Without that, dudes are just like, oh, I don't have to do anything. Girls are throwing their butt around as it is. I don't need to get married or whatever to have kids, or I don't have to have kids. I don't need to get married. I'll go and hang with the boys, and sometimes I'll get laid. Or if I don't get laid and I can't talk to women, I got porn. There's all these things to distract you from having families, and families really do make you say, okay, I need to square my my stuff away and focus on these people. It makes you selfless as well. Makes you stop thinking about yourself first.
It's almost like we evolved to have this very specific kind of ecosystem of how we reproduce, and that motivates everybody in the unit to do what they're supposed to do. And then if you throw this chemical intervention into it, willy-nilly, then it disrupts the entire system, and now we have a population collapse.
Yep. And I think it's. I mean, I don't know if it's the same in like in other countries, but I assume that, in India, who's just barely at replacement levels, I assume there's a lot of birth control there as well. I don't know culturally what it's like, but I assume. And it's definitely one of the problems across the West, right? Like if you can control whether or not you get pregnant, then you don't have as many accidental oopsie people get pregnant, and then people decide that they're going to, live their lives and do their own thing, as opposed to, oh, she's pregnant, I have to take care of her. There was a social aspect to it too as well, because it used to be where, if a guy got a girl pregnant, it's called the shotgun wedding. You have to go and marry the girl, and now you have to take care of her. You did that, so now this is your responsibility. That's not the thing anymore. That just went away. And because it went away, you've got all these downstream effects.
Dude, this is the first time I thought direct relationship between birth control and population decline.
Really?
It's the purpose of it is to have less kids.
Yeah, that's the point.
That is how. And then my question is, how many children do you think 100 years ago? Just a general question. No, I don't even. Were intentionally created versus how many of them percentage-wise were oops.
All of them were intentionally created.
Well, sometimes you're like, I just wanted to bang, and then
No. Like people had big families and intentionally had big families and had more babies, and they'd have 7 to 12 kids.
but then some of it was rape. Like a lot of, according to Brett Weinstein, he's like, oh, so much of our ancient propagation was rape.
Yeah, but that's taken out of context. It's like relative to now. Back then there was lots of rape, but still 99% of child rearing was coupling.
Let's do another one. I don't know.
Shotgun weddings, bro.
Yeah, but those sound like oopsies. If you're like, oh, didn't intend to. Now I got to get married. That sounds like an oop. But like, so less oopsies today, but also less intentional, because like the birth control's getting in the water supply and stuff.
I don't think it's even oopsies. I think it's like, the reason humans have a sexual urge is to reproduce, and for millennia that's all we needed. And there could be all these rational reasons not to have kids potentially, but it's overridden by this biological urge you have. And once you introduce this chemical that takes away any of the consequence, that's it.
That's why
I don't think it's
liberals largely don't have this.
Explain.
They don't have kids. The only reason the birth rate is like 1.3 right now is because conservatives are at like 1.8 and liberals are at like 0.7. Liberals don't have, like, they're the ones saying, just even if you get pregnant, abort the baby. Conservatives aren't saying this.
Abortion's another one.
Yeah.
So
what liberals do, they do have sex. They just don't have the babies. So that's where the chemical intervention comes in. You're cutting the two.
I'm saying they don't have that drive, that passion. They don't have that, like,
drive to have families.
no, just passion for life in general.
Oh, really? Okay.
Like sex is the passion for sex is like
It'd be good.
boring. Like, how do I say this, Phil, to you
I don't know.
directly?
That's why I said
while
it's gonna
making
be
eye
good.
contact.
I can't wait.
I really want to look deep
Stare
in your
Phil in
soul.
the eyes and deliver this next line.
Sex.
Don't do it.
But like I've been dealing with it a lot. I'm single right now. I'm 47. I sound like Tucker Carlson. I'm single. Not that he's single, but I talk like that. Like chasing sex just for sex is just like all it is moving around, and then like it feels kind of phenomenal at points, but like that's all. That's all. It's
Because
like,
you're old, bro.
no, it's always been like that. Like it was never. It's a means to an end. It's not the end itself. Like chasing it. It's not like it.
When you're younger, you have the hormones raging through your body, and you're like, man, I want to hook up, And then you're supposed to get married, and then you and your wife go to like rabbits and have a bunch of babies. And then when you get older, you're more chill, and you're like, look, I'm old,
Yeah, but my
That's when
wiring.
people used to have kids when they were young.
Yeah.
It's crazy. I mean, what's the average age for having kids now? It's like in 30.
38 or something.
30,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, it used to be like 20.
We're in trouble. The argument, though, is that it's eugenics. It's that the older you are when you have a kid, the more like the higher probabilities of ailments for the child.
Yeah.
But what ends up happening is the children that are born to older parents but who don't have ailments will then reproduce, and they'll eliminate that genetic function from the gene pool.
They'll eliminate the errors.
There's also some studies that
So the idea is, if you have, let's say you have 100 people, and they all have kids at 40 years old, and let's say 60% of those kids have deformities or some kind of health defect and don't live very long, they die. The 40% that survive did not experience defects from having kids at a later age will live longer and have kids at a later age.
Yeah, I
So
saw
you
someone-
are creating a lineage of people who will live longer and suffer less ailments from child rearing in later ages.
I heard someone say recently that because of the collapsing birth rate, that people who are genetically predisposed in a way to have that drive to actually have kids and have families, there will be like a flatlining and recovery eventually, because the people having kids have something in them that makes them want to have kids.
Oh, right.
And that gets passed down to their kids.
Well,
So
so-
basically, the people that don't want to reproduce
Cease to
knock
exist.
themselves out of the gene pool.
Yep.
So eventually, there's a recovery. Maybe.
So the United States will just be a Muslim country.
Why Muslim?
And the Catholics, the Muslims and the Catholics.
Actually,
That'll
it's,
work
it's,
well.
It's going to be Mennonite
That's
What are
actually
Mennonites.
because the Mennonites have more kids than any other group. Still, yeah.
Who will win the three-way war between the Mennonites, the Catholics, and the Muslims?
Well, it's exponential.
The hottest
It's
chick.
a parabolic curve.
You said
you know?
three-way. That's what
whoever has the most kids.
5 factorial versus 2.
I'm just reading about the Mennonites, Anabaptist Christians. I know nothing about these guys.
They're
What-
Amish.
The Amish.
They're Amish.
Yeah.
Are
They're
they-
down the
they're-
road, bro. They sell us beef.
Are they the same as Amish?
I think so. Yeah.
There's another one that's similar though. That has
And people think Amish means they don't use technology or whatever, but bro, they're sitting in there watching TV with their refrigerators and they use a register. It's like
I think
Sounds nice.
they just wear bonnets.
sounds nice.
Yeah, there's a lot that don't, but out here there's a ton of them, and they sell beef. You go to the little booth, they pull up in a pickup truck, get out, and they sell you beef. It's great.
Oh, they're
They got-
not. They're not Amish. They're not Amish. They share common Anabaptist roots from the 16th century Protestant Reformation, but the two groups split in 1693. when Jacob Ammon's followers separated from the Mennonites, became the Amish.
I think some speak like old German language.
Das ist gut, ja.
Is it Dutch? Do they speak
Dutch?
I'm not
maybe?
quite sure. There's like
Some of them speak Dutch, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you guys see the Amish guy that went on Theo Vaughn's podcast?
Yeah, I watched
a young
that
guy.
episode. Yeah, it was really.
He was
on
making some
Rumspringer.
rounds.
Yeah.
Yes, he was on Rumspringer.
Yeah.
That was pretty.
Oh, yeah, it's where they go out and just check out the world.
Yeah.
Decide if they want to.
And then they're just like, this is terrible. I want to go home.
Just be with my horse.
It says a lot that people who live like it was 200 years ago get exposed to modernity, and they say, "No, we're good." We'll go
Some
back.
I agree
go
with
back,
them.
though.
My
yeah.
God.
It's the radiation. The upside is like the good foods you can get access to, but the downside is the radiation.
Get some money, buy some land, get a mini cow and some goats and some chickens, and then sit there all day just watching them. Life
Yeah.
is good.
I rode by some cows earlier today.
Eat eggs.
I thought cowishness.
Chickens, the best part about chickens is they make more of themselves. You know? You can just you just watch them and
No
then
birth control for the chickens.
they just make more. And then too many sometimes, and you got to eat the boys. They're not as good, but food's food, you know? I can't complain.
Don't they fight each other sometimes?
Nope. It's a misconception that roosters, if you put them together, they fight.
Oh, it's not.
We had 12 roosters in one pen together.
Oh.
So there's a couple things. If there's not enough women, they'll fight. But usually what happens is the roosters will separate from each other with different amounts of females. And then if you can have we had 12 roosters together as long as there's no girls around. So they don't just fight each other. They'll stay away from each other.
Sound like humans.
That was like me at Guitar Center earlier today too.
Did you get that tiny bass?
Yeah,
Nice.
it's awesome.
Tiny bass.
Yeah, shout out to the beautiful woman working at the counter. I don't normally talk about people when they're not around, but I felt like a rooster.
You don't talk about people when they're not around.
That's
Ian,
my job,
You do that
actually.
I was like, you do
know.
that all night. We're just literally talking about people.
Yeah. Yeah, I felt like a rooster ready to fight. I'm like, I gotta just relax, otherwise I can see the cocks rearing up. I gotta calm down, get down here, my bass guitar. Oh, at Guitar Center, I was just like, I felt the rooster's energy because there's a woman.
It was like a bunch of guys staring at a hot chick or something.
It was like a woman in the room, and like normally guys are just dudes, but when the woman comes in, sometimes it's like heightened energy.
Yeah, I know.
and,
It's
like,
interesting.
I
protecting
gotta be
her.
honest. I'm old and I'm married, and I just don't. I'm so beyond whatever that is.
That like urge to be the
it's a younger
protector.
man's game, you know.
My wife will tell me when
47-year-old
she goes to the
landscape.
gym, like
I don't know. I
a lot
guess
of people look at her, whereas like my experience is different. Like not a bunch of people are looking at me all the time at the gym, but like she says she gets these weird dudes doing like pull-ups, like looking in her direction was
jeez.
a weird stuff.
Yeah, that's
My attitude changed a while ago. It's more so now. Like it used to be. Like when I was younger, it's like walking around checking out chicks and just like, oh man, you know. But now it's more like the rooster looking around, checking to see if there's bears anywhere and ready to fight.
I got a weird thing going on. I wonder if anyone can identify because I think I'm past the point where I'm supposed to have had kids, so I've got like that instinct of taking care of my surroundings, but I'm still like hyper aggressive to find a woman, so it's like really distracting. It's
I
messy.
think they call that your single uncle.
It's a little disturbing,
I
dude.
think your divorced uncle is what they call it.
Uncle Ian.
Gross. Like I gotta do something fast and right, but I don't want to like jump into some stupid shit.
Well, you're a guy. You don't got a biological clock.
Yeah,
you
I was
can just go
gonna
find
say,
some woman. You know.
With modern medicine, you
what
have
you
plenty of time.
You just need to find a long-haired freaky chick. You know,
Yeah, that's what it's all
who
about.
can be with you, a long-haired freaky
Don't
guy.
tell them that you can control the weather.
No, no, no,
Too
no,
late.
no. That's bad
Everyone
advice.
Everyone knows.
Imagine if Ian
Yeah,
does
be-
Roll it on my
be
chest
honest, yeah.
instead.
No, Phil. Imagine what would happen if they're together for like a year, and then she comes to find out he can control the weather and never told her. She would be like, Ian, you withheld this from me. Think of all the good you can do by making it rain.
Because I need her to support me to control the weather stronger and harder and faster. Like, just focus your energy into me, lady.
Control the weather innuendo for something.
Yeah, it's
Have I missed this?
Not yet.
Maybe
Seems
Is
like
that what you kids call it these days? Control the
maybe
weather.
kids aren't.
You want to come over and control the weather?
Maybe kids aren't the thing that
Control
you
the
should be
weather and
thinking of.
chill.
Right, dude. I just got to be thinking of my next hit song.
I mean, well, look.
Put some money on the table.
I mean, the fact that you're talking about, you know, your age. Remember, I had my first kid at 50. You know,
You're a big inspiration for me right now because
Cheers,
I'm
man.
like, thank God Phil pulled it together and made it happen. Like, you did it like instantly. You were like, you know what? I've decided I want to do this now. And
well,
you're like,
no. I was married and she couldn't have kids. Like we wanted to have kids and she couldn't. So like it's not like it was like, oh, it was a surprise or anything. Like I just decided that I wanted to have kids. I thought I was going to have kids when I was in my 20s. I was like, yeah, I'll eventually meet a girl and stuff.
And Phil, I would say for us, because we recently had kids, but most fathers know this. It's pretty amazing when you become a dad because you realize you are capable of so much, like clawing a man to death who threatens your family, or literally ripping a man's arms off and beating him to death with it if he threatens your family. Like you would agree, right?
Yeah. Well,
it's like once I looked at my baby, I was like, I could pull a man's arm clean off and beat him to death with it.
I mean, I carry a gun, so I think I think a little differently, but yeah,
Same result.
Yes,
Yeah.
it would be the same kind of result, but. I actually forgot my handgun, or I forgot my normal carry gun today, and I was like, "Oh man, I got to turn around." I was like, "Oh no!"
I'm worried about dogs now.
I was like, "I got one in the car."
Wild dogs.
Just any dog.
Yeah, dogs. Keep your dogs on your leash.
Normally, it's like 10 years ago, if I see a dog, I'm like, I could take him. Now it's like, keep that dog away from my daughter.
Yeah.
I don't trust your dog, man.
What other animals?
Your dog on a leash.
Are you concerned of eagles at all?
No.
They'll swoop down. And
I was
cause
walking.
some
I
trouble.
was in Martinsburg, and some dude was walking around with a pit bull off his leash.
Oh,
and
dude,
it was running up to
straight
people.
to jail. Sorry, I'm pretty libertarian, but get that wild, dangerous weapon on a leash.
Well, I have a gun, so
It's always the
Good.
pit bull owners.
They let their dog
it
off.
was just running around, and it ran past sniffing my leg, and I'm like, I didn't move, I didn't do anything, and then it just ran off. Like I'm not gonna immediately assume the pit bull's gonna go nuts, but if it does,
You should
keep your dog on a leash.
dog on a leash. Like,
Yeah.
just generally, like that's just normal person behavior. Like you shouldn't be letting a dog. Like Sarah and I got this little. Her dog is little, right? And like it's on a leash all the time. You don't want because it's safer for the dog too, right? Dogs are stupid. They're gonna
Also,
run
if you can't like contain a pit bull, you shouldn't be able to take it on a walk in public. So you should have to be of a reasonable size, I feel like.
I think so.
Bro, we got to talk about this. Did you guys see the robot fighting?
Yeah.
Yes, dude.
Dude, look at this. This is the greatest thing I've ever
I
seen.
can get up now.
Yeah, the recoveries.
Dude.
This is better than
Doom! Dude, he blows the guy's head off.
经过这样的一个赛事的话，我们把
This kind of competition upgrades everything: sensors, motion control, AI decision making, neural networks, joint performance, laying the groundwork for home robots in the future.
Well, we're not going to war with China. Yeah, we are. We're going to go to war with China.
It does like a spinning
Robots
roundhouse,
doing housework at
knocking
home,
its head off.
that's 5 to
and then
10
it's like,
years
its
away.
head's flopping
But right
around while
now,
it's trying
we
to
can
fight.
use large model tech to
Yo.
make robots understand and interact with
God.
people better.
No, I want to see the fight, bro. I want to see the
head
fight. Show me the head.
the head kick.
But to that guy's
the
point, like
ages.
all of the systems get better because of this. See the spin at the waist?
Dude, where's the head
Zen.
stop? Finish him. Oh, he was just doing a
There's got to be more.
This
finishing
is
move.
just like that movie with Haley.
Human. Look at this. Where's the long form video? Is this it? Oh, we got it. We got it. Let's go.
The robot is unfazed when it loses its head. It's awesome.
When we get this going,
You can blow their arms off. They keep coming.
I have no idea what they're on
Blow
about.
their heads off. You got to find the CPU if you want to disable these things.
现在斗牛士感觉他的进攻方式差不多，双方是腿对腿了。想问一下，腿对腿其实是有一些影响的。
Oh, he's taunting him. He's taunting him.
倒地了3分，加上嘲讽的1分，来到了20分。
我都说上面很滑的啦，廖师傅。
但是这样的话，其实
I don't
对于斗
care
士
to
来
see
说，
the. I
分
want to
差
see a
会有
fight.
点大了。
因为感觉前面的一些遭遇
Dude, this is
啊，
Tekken,
对
dude. I
斗牛
love
士
it.
整体的影响还
It's
是
real
挺
life
大的。
Tekken. This is so
斗牛
crazy.
士在这个回合反而是没有
Tekken
像
plays.
上个回合的那么近了啊。
白色雄鹰稳重起来了。
对，怎么说呢？我觉得斗牛士他的命中率是下降了，白色雄鹰反而是守株待兔啊。
Yeah.
哎，
用自己
They
完
were
成了
fighting their big robot inside. and they were-
分数又送给了白色
But this is all. This is actually AI. The robots are doing this themselves. There's not a
白
person
色雄鹰做了一
controlling
个
it.
嘲讽。
Yeah. That's why they're dancing around and like not looking at each other.
Oh, that was amazing.
连续的3次的高潮。
That kick was
这就是
nuts.
街舞啊。
但
I imagine.
在已经
Could you
开始
imagine
展示
fighting
自
one
己
of
的
these
技
things?
能
That'd be awesome.
Would it kill you in one hit?
No, they don't hit that hard yet.
这叫什么？巴西战舞，这叫。
这个是比较
Eventually,
that
标准的
roundhouse
through your chest.
先
I
给自
mean,
己气势打
Bro,
出来了。
that's incredible.
with like pneumatic
现在是融
fists
合
that
性格
like.
斗。
Bro, this robot could mess you
我
up.
跟你说，哪怕
White
这
or
把白
black？
色雄鹰输的比分，他赢了
My
观
money's
众
Pretty sure black loses.
对吧？
在我们心
Its
中，
its head gets ripped off.
不是为了赢的，
对，
你看着好像斗牛士赢了，但其实他输了。
that's a nice
但是白色
哦
这一下
别奶别奶。
斗牛士说不
I
高
like
兴
how
了，
like
你知道
they
吗
go
你
down with
在
the
说
lightest
什
of
么
hits.
给了白色雄鹰胸膛一口暴
斗牛士讲你狗妹
Oh,
啊！
he's down, bro. Let's go to round 3 or whatever.
过气了。
但斗牛士很快进行了还击，
没开3度，这是。
双方势均力敌。
对，这个飞踢要中。
Oh, look at his head. His head's coming off.
Wobbling.
Look at its head.
他晕了。
斗牛士受到重创，
摇头晃脑中啊
Look！at its head.
哎，不会爆
可
撞
能
这吧？
真的
I
要
want to see the hit that knocked his head off.
Yeah,
Look
really.
at
It's like he's doing more damage to himself.
斗牛士还
Yeah.
能坚持吗？
斗牛士他还在
真的是太顽
It's
强
like
了
a。confused Pokemon.
Yeah.
斗牛士他还在坚持。
Can it still
但我觉得
see?
这个要需要
I
裁判
imagine
的
its
一下
eyes
判
are in
定
its
了
chest or
啊。
我觉得
something.
这个体育精
Look at that
神
one's
是可歌
dancing.
可泣的。
体育精神这一块儿，我
It's decapitated.
还真是。
是的，
Yeah, I mean, shouldn't the
你
ref
看
call it?
啊，
我们看得出来，这个斗牛士的主唱团队真的很用心了。
对，现在有怎样的
It's
一个优
weird
势
how
呢
they score
我投
points
掉了
when the other one just falls down
少
of
了
its
一个
own
得分
volition.
部位。
对，我投掉了，你就得
The black one's got 22 points. The other one's got.
哦，
又是正面的击倒。
Pretty sure when your head falls off, you lose.
斗牛士
Yeah.
依然
How do
在
you
战斗，
win?
这个名字真没取错啊。
斗牛士的头还在。
Bro, I want to see one of those
还
kicks
哎，我这就
land.
想说一句，兄弟，头晕是正常的，
深呼吸。
深呼吸。
天哪，我现在看的我真的是止不住的赞叹，
有点内幕了。
这是项
It's
链
just。bouncing around.
太感叹了。
没关系，
The
这叫什么
applications are wonderful for like VR to control an avatar robot to fight in a
对
ring.
的，我觉得，
这是机甲啊，这是机甲。
我觉得这很明显能看出来，哪怕斗牛士头掉了，他依然
They're
能
not
够
going
摇
for
杆
VR.
到
They're going for.
Head
Oh, his head ain't. Head's gone.
给丹哥
They're not going for VR. This is going for
丹
AI.
哥说还可以这样。
马上泪
I
目
think when the
了。
head came off, the wire
So-
snapped.
I mean, the fight was very pathetic. Dude just lost because he knocked his own head off.
我觉得，
Yeah.
最后情况
I still don't know what
估
caused.
计斗牛士现在心里面也很焦急。
3度，这是。
Yeah, here you can see his head's bobbling a little bit.
Had he been
好了，现在
struck?
白色雄鹰的
I wanna see the moment when his head gets
有什么
like
技术
gets
全
hit.
展现出来吧，丹哥在台下看哦。
是的。
Why do they keep dancing in the middle of the fight?
Look at this. That's crazy. Bro, I'm excited to run full speed from this thing in a dystopian city.
I'm disturbed that people showed up to an arena to watch this. Something
想
feels
感
eerie
现
about
缺少
this.
一个对手。
实现就
I know.
伴随着
It's like it's the early days where we're laughing and then like
Yeah, I don't like this.
I think he knocks his own head off.
I feel like one of these is going to kill someone.
Yeah, like
Eventually.
Oh yeah, that'll serve.
Probably pretty soon.
like they'll probably start with squads having one in the squad with them.
look at these. What are these women? These like weird Western anime women.
现场所有观众一起。
And then it might evolve to like a squad where it's like one human and the rest of them are robots.
真人的格斗还是伴随一
And then
点
just
血腥
fully
的冲突
autonomous，
但其实我
squads.
们
Like for all we know, he could be
会
just spewing racial slurs like crazy right now, but we don't speak Mandarin, so we don't know.
But there's already been engagements. I told you the other night. There's already been engagements in Ukraine
我觉
that
得，
were all
我觉得李老
autonomous.
师说这个点就
They
很
were
关键，
full-on
因为
robots doing the engagement.
啊，
Yeah.
回来的他是被抬上来还是走上来的？
这个不知
They
道。
weren't like humanoid robots like this. They were motorized. They had tank treads, and it was basically just a moving gun.
斗牛士刚刚被抬下去修理了一番之后
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he doesn't actually get. I think his head is just loose and then it falls off.
这个巴西战舞又来
I
了
don't think he actually gets kicked.
He took a dive.
Yeah.
又是一个高
Dislodged his
扫
own
踢到了对方的头部。
斗牛士不会又晕了。
Oh, okay. There. That was it. So that was it.
To the back of the dome.
哦，但斗牛
In
士很
half
快
the
进
time
行
they
了
fall
反击。
over from like just
Yeah, they fall.
Yeah, now his head's flopping around.
they don't even.
Look at he got his head. He knocked his block off.
Yeah.
Man,
Cerebellum.
he knocked his block off.
Yeah, Ukraine confirmed first lethal use of fully autonomous drones.
What? Can we just put the machine guns on the robot dogs and unleash them already?
That's what we're talking about.
Oh, is that what they
they're
did?
not. Well, they're not dogs. It was a.
That's what I'm saying.
It was a tracked robot.
It's a
But
what
it-
robot?
A tracked robot, so it's got tracks like a tank.
Oh, okay.
But it was-
yeah, well, yeah.
But it was fully automated. And it was.
I'm saying just get a
actually-
bunch of those dogs to run full speed and could you imagine being on a battlefield just like 50 of them running at you? Like, what do you even do?
They said
You're
Hope
cooked.
that you got a machine gun.
The first
That's not going to do it.
Belt fed? Yeah, you got to.
I guess belt fed. You got to get, but accuracy is going to be paramount. If you got 50 running at you,
Yeah,
you have to be accurate.
Yeah, accuracy by volume. Shoot them all.
By volume.
Yeah.
They said that the Ukrainian forces carried out the world's first known robotic amphibious assault on the Kinben Spit.
Amphibious from water. Also.
Yeah. So it's boats.
Finally. It's the waiting I can't stand.
Boats.
Crazy. The marsupial drone tactic.
What's that?
Yeah, there's no underwater drones that are meaningful because they have to be wired. You can't transmit remote controls underwater.
Yeah, that's why they're working on autonomous AI stuff.
Yeah, exactly. It'd have to be autonomous. You have to pre-program it and then drop it in the water.
They used a naval drone to deploy an armed ground robot behind enemy lines.
Yep.
I guess that's the marsupial tactic.
It's going to be funny when the future of war is like there's not even humans involved at all. And it's like you check your phone, you're like, did we win or no? And the other country's like, we don't know what's going on.
Just betting on culture.
Just robots blowing each other up.
Just delays the inevitable, though. They have to kill the people eventually. Like, you can't just win a war by killing other people's robots.
And you got to be careful because you don't want to kill all the people on accident. I mean, maybe the robots will want to, but I don't even know if they have wants. Because like they could easily just destroy the weather, and then all the humans would die. Like block out the sun, we'd all die.
It all comes back to the weather.
Or a bunch of people would die.
It's very important.
Because you can't really poison all of Earth. It's hard to do that. You just have to block out the sun. I think that's the ultimate.
You know, it'd be really funny if just like at some point, dudes in black suits show up and take Ian because he can control the weather.
He knows too much.
And the government is like, we can use this.
I think it's more likely that it's dude in white suits with a white jacket.
No, we need. Trust me, Phil.
Give yourself the last hug, Ian.
You're gonna look so dumb, Phil, when the Men in Black show up to take Ian away to use his powers
For the same reason they're scooping up all the scientists. Ian will be next.
Trump's like, Ian, we need your powers. We're gonna flood China. Shut him down.
The galactic core. Dude, you know that this whole solar storm, it's correlating with human stress.
No.
It's all related.
I don't think I do know.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
I don't think.
And so when you can calm yourself to calm the spirit within the beast we know as the sun, you're going to be fine.
I feel pretty calm.
He's just.
I guess I'm not
into,
worried about it.
I think he's just leaning into it now.
Okay.
Yeah, that was
full on
I was
Andy.
just playing it. But
It's hard to tell.
It is. It is very.
Hey, if just as part of this, the goodness of it all turned out to be you can, defend against the robot attacks when they try and block out the sun. You're like, no, we're going to move the clouds.
I love how you just.
Dude,
threw
I want
that,
to see a human fight one of these things.
Yeah.
I mean, they'd mess it up, no question.
Yeah.
A human would mess
For now.
Yeah.
For now, I wonder. I do wonder how like a human would do against like Atlas though, like the Atlas robot that Boston Dynamics makes.
It's big.
The new models aren't super big.
Oh, okay. Oh, right.
But what is the material of these robots? Because even if you have the best human
Titanium.
fighter, like if you kick that thing, is it not
yeah,
just going
right.
to
You
break
have
your
to have
shin?
some
Like
kind
how
of-
does that?
No, right. So you
actually
probably
hurt it?
have to do like straight. Like I don't know the name of the kick, but you'd want to kick straight with the bottom of your foot. You want. Yeah.
You should be allowed to have like the same like clothing made out of what they're made out of.
Or armor.
Even.
Yeah, that'd be like armor then.
Like mithril armor or something.
It'd be mithril. Armor.
Something lightweight that will defend against piercing damage. I wonder what they're wearing.
It looks to me like that's all plastic, and considering the way that they're moving, how fast they're moving, they're probably not particularly heavy.
Look, if they're wearing gloves, small gloves, then you're gonna be able to strike the thing just fine.
Yeah.
Do you think
You're one hit and its head flies off? It's over.
Wait, I can't wait for the spin-off bare knuckle robot boxing league. It's gonna be great.
Human versus robot, man versus machine. Hey, we're going to read your rants and Rumble rants and Super Chats, so smash the like button, share the show with everyone in your life. Tell your grandma. Say, watch Timcast IRL, Grandma. You'll love it. It's good for the whole family. And let's see what you guys got. Jay Dirtbiker says, it's Canada's fault for straight up neglecting their forest. There's a big difference between fire suppression and fire management. If they did some management, they wouldn't have to do suppression. Yeah, but nobody lives there. That's the problem. It's a whole bunch of empty land. What Trump should say is, if you can't manage it, we'll take it. We'll take it. You'll be a vassal state. Our sergeant says, LOL, Lindsey Graham turning down female hookers at the bar like, my whiskey costs more than you do, sweetheart, toodaloo.
I wonder if that's true.
Sergeant says, crazy theory, but do you think that there's been an effort by somebody out there to instigate mental retardation in the American populace? I mean, chemicals in food, vaccines, or using media. I do.
Yeah, even we're talking about all these conspiracy theories. As we were talking about, I'm thinking of like foreign operations inciting people to think that they're onto something.
And that's what the Trump speech was. Not that he said China was doing that. So,
Sergeant says, the population was kept in check back in the day? Trespassers got killed on sight. Nobody asked a question. It's true.
Yeah,
If they eventually came to your property and they were like, why'd you kill this guy? I'd be like, he's trespassing. They'd be like, okay, that's it.
Nothing to see here.
I mean, even in many states,
Nothing.
you're on your 100 acres and you shoot and kill a guy and call the police and say he threatened me. They'll go, okay, because there's no crime, there's no story, there's no evidence. It's just there you go.
they'll do an investigation. They're going to basically just look around the woods and be like,
Okay,
all right, I guess.
Phoenix says, before I met my wife and had kids, my motivation to go to work was buying parts for my Ford effing Ranger.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Whatever it takes.
Whatever tickles your pickle.
Get up and go.
I was at a diner, and the waitress asked me what I wanted to drink. And being clever, I said, whatever floats your boat. She came back with an empty glass, but had a piece of paper on it on the inside. And when I took it out, it was Archimedes' law of water displacement.
She got you.
She got me.
Boom, dude.
That's a joke. It never
Educated
happened.
your ass, dude. That's awesome.
Whatever floats your boat. JR3 says, in keeping with the traditions of Timcast IRL, we are happy to announce the birth of our second child, Allison Darcy.
Congratulations.
Darcy.
Congratulations.
Mom and baby are healthy and resting. Cheers to the crew, and thank you for keeping the fire of truth ablaze.
Yes. Cheers, bud.
Psalm 1263. More babies. Wyatt Kaldenberg says, Mitch McConnell isn't dead. He just smells funny.
What?
Confirmed.
Confirmed.
That guy was like,
I heard it on Timcast.
3 star says, anyone else notice that Tim, Phil, and Ian all share the letter I in their name? My God, that proves it. It proves that we all have the letter I in our names.
why it happens.
What's going on with that?
Well, it's I for Israel.
What do you got? You got a Y in your name, huh?
It's I for Israel, Tim.
That's why I'm at. That's where I'm.
Of course. It's
Carter is actually spelled Cartir.
Yeah, not a lot of people know that.
Yeah.
This goes
Carter.
deeper than we thought.
Cartier.
I've gotten that before.
My middle name is Daniel. There's an I in that as well.
Ooh.
My middle name's Arthur, Art, but I also my initials are almost Ian, IAN, but it's IAC. Unfortunately,
That'd be crazy.
yeah, that would be cool.
Just missed
I have
the
an
mark.
I in my middle name, Benjamin, like the big Yahoo.
Benjamin. Ooh.
So,
Like Netanyahu.
I'm in on it too.
Benjamin.
What's your
Don't think
middle
I'm
name,
not.
Phil?
My middle name's Stephen.
It's a good one.
V.
What about you, Carter?
Bryant.
Bryant.
There you go.
There's an I sound in there, but no I.
Oh, no, I. Okay.
And Brian has Ian in it.
CBB sounds like a bank.
CVB.
CBB.
BB. Yeah.
CVB.
Like Bibi Netanyahu. almost.
See,
a lot of-
BB.
Wait a minute.
A lot of Jewish.
You are a
subjects.
bank.
BB on my left and
Benjamin.
what's your middle name?
Clowns to the left of me and
Benjamin.
jokers to the right.
Benjamin.
Oh, man. Paul Risler says, I love the Timcast baby tradition, and I'm excited to add to it. We are currently in the hospital.
go.
Please help us welcome our baby girl,
Congratulations.
Lyra. Is it Lyra? Lyra? Key Risler, born this morning. Congratulations.
Love it, dude.
Congratulations.
We're
man.
saving the birthright.
We should do the baby awards.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I was thinking we should have the mommies. Do they have the mommies?
I don't know. It
Like
sounds
award ceremonies for moms?
That's pretty cool.
And then it's like the award for the mom with the most babies goes to like Janet with 15.
Kept your baby
You win.
warm for.
Janet the Mennonite.
You
On
guys ever hear
down.
that story of the guy who died in his will? He said he'd leave his money to the woman in his village who had the most babies. So then like 4 women had 12 babies.
Awesome.
We should turn that into government policy.
And then they split all of the money amongst their families.
Good for him.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Very cool.
So the women were just like, time to have babies now. Could you imagine like your wife going to you and being like, I need 12 babies now?
Imagine coming in
Yeah.
second place. Like now
I'm
I've got
so
14
tired, honey.
babies. And I didn't
Oh,
get the
yeah.
money.
Yeah,
Oh.
that would suck.
14 babies, and you're broke.
Yeah. Too many babies. Yeah, but you know what? You have the love of the baby.
You do.
True.
You do.
You have a
Not a
child.
single one of those moms looked at one of those babies' face and said, I regret this baby.
It's true.
They said, you know what? I am blessed with a baby. All right. Jeanette says in Kentucky, U.S. Senate vacancy is filled only by special election under state law. The governor is barred from making any temporary appointments to replace a senator who dies in office.
Really?
That's what it was. People were concerned that a special election would favor the Democrats or something.
Yeah. Democratic governor.
Something.
Well, I was concerned that the Democrat governor was going to appoint before I learned that there was a special election only.
Okay.
Rusty says, according to Polymarket, Detroit had the worst air quality on Earth for the second straight day. I unfortunately live nearby. Feels apocalyptic, bro. It's crazy out here.
It's weird.
More than just
In this
wood.
building, my eyes were burning. Like not in the studio, we're fine because we're in a building, but the warehouse portion, it keeps the rain out, but you can smell it,
Smells like
and you can
campfire.
see. It's crazy.
Is it benzene?
It's
Remember
probably tons of
East Palestine, Ohio, that train wreck that.
Yeah, that was vinyl chloride.
And then vinyl chloride, yeah, which has benzene in it.
It seems really smoky. Smells like smoke.
Ian wants
plastic.
more.
I'll look it up.
What do we got here? Dr. Ray says, card room opened in Queens. Let's have a small tournament. You mean a poker card room or a magic card room? Because we can do both.
Yeah, Magic, dude. They're launching their Star Trek set next.
I am going to buy every single one of those things.
Really?
There will be none for anyone.
Ian, vinyl chloride does not have benzene in it.
Are you sure?
Sounds like
Maybe it was
something
vinyl
you just
chloride
made up.
and benzene then. There's a benzene.
When is Star Trek launching? I saw the announcement.
Like August or November 17th.
I'm going to buy every single collector's box that exists from everybody, and then I'm going to put it in my closet, and no one can touch it.
Oh snap!
Hide it away.
Reorder.
I'm going to be like a red dragon on top of my Star Trek cards.
Put it in the safe.
Really? You're gonna
The
hoard?
safe.
One of the safes.
The big one.
But Magic cards are meant to be enjoyed, not hoarded.
They're not.
I'm gonna. I want. What are the serialized? Did they announce yet?
What? The serialized?
Yeah,
I didn't know that the magic cards were serialized now.
they've been for a decade.
Really?
Yeah.
Well.
So like the one of one serialized Lord of the Rings One Ring is worth $5 million.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's the most valuable Magic card. in
I
existence.
stopped playing in like 2002.
This says benzene is present in the wildfire smoke affecting the Northeast right now.
Oh, interesting.
Brave AI, tell you that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the Chinese AI letting me know. This cheap.
What was it called? Quim? Did Quim tell you
Is that what it is?
Something
I
like
don't
that.
remember. I'd never heard of it before.
Quim 3.5.
So wildfire smoke can
Oh,
contain
wait.
benzene, toluene, styrene, and dioxins.
They're doing autograph cards.
Ooh.
This is wild.
Oh yeah.
So that you can have them signed by the actor.
Right.
Wow. Bro, William Shatner is old.
Shat.
If there's anything that I must do in this life, it is to get a signed Captain James T. Kirk Magic the Gathering
I
card.
wonder what color he's gonna be.
He's red.
Good.
Kirk is red.
He's got that
Yeah.
red shirt.
I'd imagine Picard is going to be like white and blue.
White.
Actually, he could be white. He could be Jessica. He could be red, white, blue.
If they make a multicolor.
Yeah, Janeway's green. I agree with that actually.
Janeway's green.
I agree with that.
Do they have like a captain for every color?
I'd imagine.
The one guy's got to be blue then.
Captain Kirk's a beast in red aggro.
Yo, you've seen him?
You can look at the cards. You can pull them up.
Fire.
Yeah, whenever he enters or attacks, you can choose one. If you have no cards in hand, you can choose one or more. And then you can discard a card, draw a card. You can create a 1/1 red officer, or creatures you control get +1/+0. So that's mad beast. If your hand is empty and you're playing aggro, that's massive.
You can create a 1/1 officer. What's an officer?
Just a 1/1 creature.
It's a creature.
The type is officer. So you're basically still able to do stuff if
It's a
you
red
you
shirt,
burn your hand.
essentially, right?
Yeah, that's going to be an awesome creature for a red deck.
I think. Yeah, red shirts are office.
Red shirts were the ones that were going to die.
Janeway does exploration, which is funny because it's Voyager. But you can play an extra land, and then whenever she or another creature enters, you can explore.
Okay.
Yeah.
Janeway. And then what's the other dude? What's his name from Deep Space?
Cisco.
Cisco, is he blue?
Look him up because the
Is
only
he
cards.
black? That's what I want. No, I'm just kidding.
I mean, he might be blue-black.
make
I got to
him-
be honest.
I think he would be blue. He just seems like a blue guy.
No, when he and Garrick assassinated that senator.
Oh, really?
I mean, he regretted it, and he was like, "I shouldn't have done it." But he's more. I don't know. I don't know if any of the captains could be black.
Oh, that's
He's literally black, but that's not what we're talking about. Oh, anyway, we got wrapped up in Star Trek. All right, where are we at? Let's see. We'll grab one more here. Let's see. Sergeant Stoic says, Ian, your belief that rape is a common thing says a lot about your worldview, but more about you as more you as an individual.
I appreciate that. Yeah, I'm keyed in, man. I know what's what.
All right, everybody. Smash the like button. Share the show with everyone you've ever met. You can follow me on X and Instagram at Timcast. It's been great hanging out with you guys this Friday night. Dylan, you want to shout anything out?
Follow me on Twitter, Dylan_Housman. Sorry, X, not Twitter anymore. And go read dailywire.com.
Yeah, don't dead name them.
Yes, I apologize.
Follow me at Ian Crossland on the internet, at Ian Crossland on all social networks, at Ian Crossland. Right there. Have a nice evening.
I am Phil That Remains on Twix and on Patreon. You can check out my stuff on patreon.com. The band is All That Remains. You can follow us on Apple Music, Amazon Music, Pandora, YouTube, Spotify, and Deezer. Don't forget the left lane is for crime. Carter.
I'm Carter Banks. You can follow me at Carter Banks on X, at Carter Banks Official on Instagram, though I rarely use it, and at Trash House Records on YouTube. Got a new music video up there, still kind of new. Go check it out. Let me know what you think.
Right. Also, watch Junji Ito.
Junji
Ito is like,
Heard of that before.
oh, dude, that's just like my favorite stuff ever. Horror, anime, and manga.
You were talking about that last night.
But some of the best graphic novels in horror ever. It's to get some original stuff, you know? Like there's one that just got recommended. It's a guy, if he goes to sleep, there's a human inside him trying to escape his subconscious.
God.
And so the hand comes out of his mouth.
Oh, God.
And so he can't go to sleep, and then no one believes him. Then he falls asleep. He's like, if I fall asleep, you have to wake me up. And she's like, sure. And then he goes to sleep, and she doesn't. And then a hand comes out of his mouth. He starts screaming. Yeah, dude, it's awesome.
Crazy.
Check it out. Thanks for hanging out, guys. We're back with clips throughout the weekend. We'll see you Monday, and thanks for watching the show.